From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Pat Cummings, Inter-Allied Life.
Hi, Pat. What's new with you?
Johnny, ever hear of Everett Benton?
No, I'm afraid not.
Investment firm down in New York. Real estate, oil, mining, this and that.
What about him?
We're carrying a $100,000 life policy on him.
So?
So last night he fell out of a 14-story window.
Oh, that's too bad. Accident, Pat, or was it suicide?
Maybe neither. I think he got pushed.
I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Inter-Allied Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Killer's List matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20 for a taxi from my apartment to the offices of Inter-Allied. Pat Cummings looked worried and got straight to the point.
I don't know, Johnny. Maybe Benton wasn't pushed out that window. But there's something about this deal that just doesn't smell right to me.
What can you tell me about this man, Benton?
Everett Benton, 45 years old, doing very well in business, so far as we know. Last night about 10 o'clock, he fell or jumped or was pushed out of his office window.
This policy on him, who's the beneficiary?
His wife, Claire.
What's she like?
About 12 years younger. Redhead.
I see.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
I think I better have a talk with Mrs. Benton. Item 2, $14.40, transportation and incidentals to New York City. The Benton's apartment was on East 67th, very fashionable, very expensive. And Claire Benton looked right at home in her surroundings.
Do you mind if I fix us a drink, Mr. Dollar?
Not at all, Mrs. Benton.
It's been a pretty wearing day.
I imagine it has.
Police, questions, reporters. You
Yeah,
know.
I'm sorry to be throwing more questions at you at a time like this.
I'm used to it by now. Here's your drink.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. You know, you certainly seem to be bearing up very well.
Yes, I suppose so. Mr. Dollar, I think it would save time and embarrassment if we had a few things understood.
Such as?
You've heard of the ideal marriage. Well, Everett's and mine was not it.
Oh.
Naturally, I'm very sorry he did what he did, but... Well, we weren't exactly happy together.
I take it you think he committed suicide, Mrs. Benton.
Is there any doubt about that?
Apparently not in your mind.
None at all.
If it was suicide, why did he do it?
I wouldn't know. Everett hadn't confided in me for some time. We haven't been very close recently.
Oh, Mrs. Benton, just suppose it wasn't suicide.
Everett had no enemies that I knew of.
I see. About the insurance policy.
Yes, about the insurance policy, Mr. Dollar. $100,000, isn't it?
That's right, when you get ready to file a claim.
I intend to in the morning.
I see.
Oh, and one other thing. It just so happens that I have an alibi for last evening.
Oh?
And it's the nicest kind of alibi there is, Mr. Dollar.
What do you mean?
It's airtight.
And that was Claire Benton. Very calm and collected. And incidentally, anxious to collect. I thought her over all the way to the office of Detective Lieutenant Tovich of Homicide. That's item 3, $1.60 cab fare.
Yeah, I talked to her, Johnny. She's a hard one to figure out.
Well, what do you think, Tovich? Did he jump or get pushed?
You got any ideas?
How about financial troubles? He was in the investment business. Have you looked into that?
According to his lawyer, his affairs are in good shape. Oh, he'd made his share of poor investments over the years. Wildcat oil leases, stuff like that. But in general, he was doing okay. He was worth a lot of dough, Johnny.
Okay, let's assume he was pushed out that window. What was he doing in his office at 10 p.m.?
I've wondered about that, too.
Any indication anybody was with him?
No. The night watchman was in another part of the building when Benton came in. Let himself in with his own key. There could have been somebody else with him, all right. But who?
Claire Benton says she has an alibi.
Yeah. Don't know as I care for it much, but I haven't been able to break it down.
Who is her alibi?
Larry Santis.
Santis. Runs a supper club over in the East 50s.
Yeah, the ace of clubs, he calls it.
Larry Santis. Thanks, Tovich. So I went calling again, but this time it was different from my visit to Claire Benton. In the first place, Santis didn't offer me a drink, and in the second place, he wasn't very friendly.
Look, Dal, I already told the cops that Claire was here in the club last evening.
All evening?
Until midnight.
Out in the bar?
Most of the time. What difference does it make?
How about the rest of the time?
We were talking here in my office.
Just the two of you?
Just the two of us. Now, look, Dal,
What it boils down to is you've each got alibis for one another, huh?
That's right. Now, look, nosy boy, Claire didn't kill Benton.
At the moment, I wasn't thinking so much about her.
Wait a minute. If you're trying to pin this on me...
You and Claire have been pretty friendly, Santis. She benefits to the tune of $100,000 by Benton's death.
Look, Dollar, you're blowing smoke in the wrong direction. I like the arrangement the way it was. Why should I try to change it?
Well, that's a good question.
So just let it drop. You get me?
You got nothing to worry about, Santis. If you've got nothing to hide.
I don't want this kind of publicity. It's bad for my business. You know what's wrong with you, Dollar? You got nose trouble.
Yeah, occupational disease.
You better just get over it. Sometimes it turns out to be fatal.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Killer's List Matter.
Well, looks like you didn't get any further with Larry Santis than I did, Johnny.
Look, Tovich, both Santis and Claire Benton had a motive for killing her husband. Matter of fact, two motives. Money and getting Benton out of their way.
Johnny, I'm with you. But we're not even sure yet it was murder. We do have something that indicates somebody might have been in Benton's office with him, though.
Yeah, what is it?
We found a cigarette butt in one of the ashtrays. Different brand than Benton smoked.
Could it have been left there during the day?
Janitor says he cleans out the ashtrays about 7 in the evening. Of course, he could have overlooked one, so I don't know whether it means anything or not. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Homicide, Tovich. Oh? Where? Okay, I'll be right over. Well, Johnny, looks like we've got ourselves a little epidemic.
What do you mean?
Ever hear of a guy named Arthur Mayfield, promoter?
No, what about him?
They just found him in an alley, dead.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me.
Yeah. Fell out of a 10th floor hotel room.
Lieutenant Tovich and I went over to the West Side Hotel where Mayfield's body had been discovered. There was nothing in his room to indicate anyone had been there with him. As a matter of fact, there was nothing couriered. Item 4, $1.80 cab fare to Claire Benton's apartment.
Mr. Dollar, I really don't see the point of this. I've told you twice that I did not know this Arthur Mayfield.
Did you ever hear your husband mention his name?
I've never heard the name until now. From you.
Mrs. Benton, mind telling me where you were last night around midnight?
I take it that's when Mayfield died.
Approximately. I suppose you have an alibi.
You suppose correctly.
You know something? I wouldn't be at all surprised if you were about to tell me you were with Larry Santis again.
You know something, Mr. Dollar? That's exactly where I was last night.
I know, Tovich. I know it could be just a coincidence that two guys fall or jump or get shoved out of windows within 24 hours, but I got a hunch there's some kind of connection between them.
Could be, Johnny, but so far we haven't been able to find it.
Well, how about their past? The armed forces, maybe.
I've already checked that out. The answer's no.
Could they have been involved in any sort of business deal?
I asked Benton's attorney about that. He's checking through all of his papers. He's promised to call me.
And you haven't been able to find any organization they both belong to, any situation in which they could have been thrown together?
Not so far. Unless they served on a jury together, something like that.
Well, don't laugh. That could be it. And they might have convicted somebody who took this way of getting revenge.
Yeah, I'll check it out and call you if we find a connection. But don't count on it, Johnny. Don't count on anything.
I went back to my hotel room and stretched out on the bed while I rehashed the whole deal in my mind. I thought about Claire Benton and Larry Santis. I didn't trust either of them. But as Tovich had pointed out, it was another thing to prove it. Okay, coming. Yeah,
Mr. Dollar,
that's right.
you're investigating the murders of Benton and Mayfield?
Well, I don't think they've been officially described as murders.
No, but they are, Mr. Dollar. I'm certain of it.
Who are you?
My name is Alvin Whiting. I have some information that may be of value to you. May I come in?
Come in.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'd like to look out the window a minute.
You're being followed?
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me.
What is this information you have, Mr. Whiting?
A couple of years ago, 3 men got together and bought an oil lease from a man named Tom Nolan. Did you ever hear of him?
No.
Well, he was a very eccentric man, hot-tempered, violent. He needed the money badly, so he sold the lease, which then was little better than worthless. Benton and Mayfield were in that deal together.
I see. But I still don't understand what that has to do with their murders.
I'm convinced their killer is Tom Nolan, getting revenge on them in his own warped way.
Revenge? For buying a worthless oil lease from him?
Last week, oil was discovered on that property, a lot of it. The property is now worth millions.
Ah.
I think that Nolan, with his twisted way of looking at things, probably feels that he was cheated out of that property.
You're suggesting that this Nolan isn't quite all there, huh?
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean.
What's your connection with all this, Mr. Whiting?
I'll tell you what my connection is, Mr. Dollar. I was in on the deal with Benton and Mayfield. I was the third man.
Ah.
So, you see, if my suspicions are correct, if Nolan is the killer, then I'm the next man on his list.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Killer's List matter.
I took Alvin Whiting down to Lieutenant Tovich's office, and he told his story again. I could see that Tovich felt the same way I did, that at last we were getting someplace.
Matter of fact, Johnny, I was about to call you. Benton's lawyer just turned up the lease agreement linking Benton, Mayfield, and Mr. Whiting here.
Question is, where's Tom Nolan?
I don't think I'll draw an easy breath until he's been found and arrested.
We have a bulletin out on him, Mr. Whiting. One thing we found out, about a year ago, he served time for assault and battery.
Oh?
Mr. Whiting, I'd suggest you take every precaution until we pick up Nolan.
Don't worry, Lieutenant. I propose to remain in my apartment until you apprehend him.
I'll post a man in the building to look after you.
Thank you, sir.
Homicide, Tovich. Oh, what's the address? Right. Thank you. We've located the little hotel where Nolan's been staying. Come on, Johnny.
That's Mr. Nolan's room at the end of the hall, Lieutenant.
Okay, clerk. Is he in?
I don't know. I really haven't seen him since he rented the room from me.
How long ago was that?
Oh, about a week ago, Mr. Dollar. If he's gone out since then, it must have been at night when I was off duty.
Here we are. Try your pass key, quietly.
Right.
Well, gone. Bag and baggage.
Yeah. Room's been used recently, though.
Hey, in this ashtray, cigarette butt.
Same brand we found in Benton's office. Doesn't prove anything, but it might tie in.
Yeah, Tom Nolan could be our boy, but where is he?
You say he rented the room from you, clerk. What did he look like?
Oh, middle-aged, as I remember. Bushy hair, sort of a wild look to him.
Fits the general description Alvin Whiting furnished us.
And the mugshot I pulled out of the files. Well, all we can do now is rig a stake out for him here, and then wait.
Lieutenant Tovich posted a couple of men in Nolan's room, and we went back to headquarters. While he was getting out another bulletin, I went through Nolan's record. Assault and battery, resisting arrest. There was no doubt he was a violent sort of guy. And with the indication Whiting had given us that Nolan was a little unbalanced, the weird revenge motive might fit. Then something in the records caught my eye. I went back to the office of Larry Santis at a supper club.
Oh, look, Dal, I told you the last time you were here.
Now, I got a few things to tell you, Santis. The 2 murder victims, Mayfield and Benton, went in on a business deal with a man named Alvin Whiting.
All right, so what?
They bought an oil lease from Tom Nolan. All of a sudden last week, that lease got real valuable. Alvin Whiting figures that Nolan's the killer. Says he's not all there, and he was trying to get his own strange kind of revenge.
Look, Dollar, what's all this got to do with me?
That's what I want you to tell me.
Look, I don't know anything about any of them.
Last year, Nolan was arrested for assault and battery. According to the police records, the man who put up bail for him was you.
Okay, so I put up bail for him. Look, Tom Nolan's my uncle, Dollar. Sure, he's offbeat, but he's harmless.
Assault and battery? Harmless?
So he beat up a guy. That doesn't mean he'd kill anybody.
How'd he get mixed up with Benton, Mayfield, and Whiting?
Well, he was broke. I asked Benton's wife to get her husband and the others interested in buying Tom's lease to get him some dough. I didn't know the lease would turn out to be valuable. After Nolan got out of jail, he left town, moved to Coopersville. That's upstate.
Yeah? Well, he's had a room right here in the city for the last week.
I didn't know that. Believe me, I didn't. Look, I haven't heard from him for 6 months. That's the truth. Dollar, I've told you all I know.
I still didn't trust Santis, but decided to follow up the lead he'd given me about Coopersville. Maybe Tom Nolan had gone back there. I called Tovich to tell him, and he had a nasty little surprise for me. Alvin Whiting had disappeared from his apartment. I didn't know whether Tom Nolan had gotten to Whiting or not, but I did know I had to find Nolan in a hurry. I hightailed it to Coopersville. It was a small town with half a dozen hotels and rooming houses. I made the rounds, flashing Nolan's picture. Finally, I struck pay dirt.
Why, yes, I recognize that picture. That's Tom, all right. But he told me his last name was Niles.
You say he roomed here, Mrs. Carr?
Yes, kept himself mostly, but he didn't make no trouble for anybody as far as I could see. Moved in here about, 6 months ago. Around the end of September it was. And then last week he left us.
Sure, he probably found out they'd struck oil and moved into the city.
You don't understand, Mr. Dollar. When I say he left us, I mean that last week Tom Niles died.
And there I was. But all of a sudden, the deal started adding up in my mind. It was after dark when I got to the graveyard, and my flashlight picked out the simple headstone. Tom Niles. Yeah, Tom Nolan. Resting in peace, right where he'd been, all through the murders he was supposed to have committed. The shot knocked the flashlight out of my hand. I hit the dirt, but the flash had pegged the gun for me. Well, Alvin Whiting.
Oh, Dollar, my arm.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get you a doctor, Whiting. I want you to be in good shape to stand trial. How'd you work it? Hire some drifter to rent that room back in New York under Nolan's name? Some character you picked up in the park?
No, they've got to understand. I had to have the money. I was in debt. I was desperate.
You almost got the money, too, didn't you? Yeah, it almost worked. You rigged the story that Nolan was the killer, that you were on his list of victims. That way you end up in sole possession of the oil lease.
If I'd only known he was...
Yeah. Never try to frame a guy who's already dead. Expense account total $146.50. Remarks? I turned Whiting over to the police and he made a full statement. Yeah, his motive was money. He was in the hole, gambling debts and bills, high cost of living, you might say. But I guess he knows now it's still a real bargain compared to the high cost of dying. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, Dame Nature takes a hand and helps me solve a crime. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Today's story was written by Robert Wright. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Lillian Bayef, Jack Edwards, Jack Moyles, Tony Barrett, Parley Bear, and Carlton G. Young. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cumberly speaking.
United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is Bill Chadwick, Northwest Surety Company.
Howdy, Bill. How are things in Seattle?
Oh, not bad, Johnny, not bad. You tell me, have you ever fallen for the spell of the Yukon?
What are you trying to do? Sell me some mining stock?
No, but there's a mine I'd like to have you take a look at.
Up in the Yukon?
Well, actually, it's across the border in Alaska. It's a gold mine, a big one, sitting on top of a rich vein. And why don't you fly on out here and let me tell you about it?
Why not? Shall I bring my own pick and shovel?
No, Johnny.
Huh?
Just be sure you bring your gun.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Northwest Surety Company, Seattle, Washington office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Midnight Sun matter. Item 1, $164.35, transportation to New York, then a main liner through Chicago to Seattle. The pilot gave us a beautiful view of Mount Rainier and Puget Sound before we set down, and at 4 p.m. I was in Bill Chadwick's office at 2nd Avenue and Yesler Way.
I'm glad to see you, Johnny. It's been a long time.
Yeah, hiya, Bill.
Yeah, sit down.
Okay. Now, what was that crack over the phone about bringing along a gun?
Well, the men who moil for gold are a pretty tough bunch, Johnny. And sometimes it even goes for the management of a big mining operation.
Like what, for instance?
Like Universal Consolidated Mining Corporation.
Where's that?
It's north and east of Fairbanks.
Alaska. Huh?
Yes, even north of Fort Yukon. That means above the Arctic Circle.
And what's happened up there?
The whole thing sits at the foot of a big glacier.
Oh?
No problem until recently. Now, through some freak of nature, that glacier is changing its course.
No kidding.
And from the look of things, maybe a couple of months, maybe a couple of years, or even 10 years. Anyhow, they seem to think that glacier is going to sweep down over the mines, the town, everything.
I see.
In which case, our company would have to pay for the whole loss.
An all-coverage policy, huh?
Yeah. And it's occurred to me, Johnny, suppose they've suddenly run out of that rich vein they found up there.
You mean that somehow they deliberately caused that glacier to destroy the whole operation?
It's a possibility, isn't it?
Well, a pretty far-fetched one, if you ask me. Change the course of a glacier?
A few sticks of dynamite carefully placed.
Oh, come off it, Bill. Did you ever see a glacier?
Well, why should one that's been following the same path for thousands of years suddenly decide to head for a few $1 million worth of well-insured property? Look, go up there and take a look, will you?
Okay, how do I get there?
One of the company's planes is taking off from here tomorrow morning.
They have their own airplanes?
Oh, sure, a lot of them. Big 2-engine Speedcraft transports. How else do you think they'd get men and supplies up there? Anyway, you can go along with him. Okay?
Okay, why not? Who knows? Maybe I'll strike it rich, come back loaded with nuggets. Item 2, $31 even for my room at the Benjamin Franklin and a night on the town. The following morning, well, I suppose I should have wondered why a big cargo plane should take off from a tiny airport far out of town with only the pilot and me on board. Yep, I should have wondered.
Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether. my husband.
Good morning, Mrs. Bellwether. Would milady prefer to have her breakfast in bed this morning?
Oh, what a perfect husband. Thank you, darling.
Here's the tray with the coffee, the toast, and the orange. Oh, fine. I forgot the orange juice. Hold the tray, honey. I'll be right back.
Oh, darling, what happened?
I stubbed my toe in the corner of the dresser.
The National Safety Council was right.
The what?
Last night I read something in a National Safety Council pamphlet.
Oh, Reba, how can you sit there talking about a pamphlet when I'm dying a slow, tortuous death?
Oh, come over here, darling. I'm sorry.
All right. Now, what's this about the National Safety Council? Did they predict I would stub my toe this morning?
No, silly. It's just a coincidence. Only last night I read the statistics that prove that more home accidents occur in the bedroom of all places.
Yeah?
Not the bathroom or the kitchen or the home workshop. The bedroom.
Okay, from now on, when I walk around the bedroom, I'm going to wear my combat boots instead of these open-toed huaraches.
Well, that might help, dear. But what everyone should be most careful of is taking medicine in the dark.
Okay, my living safety encyclopedia. I will now fetch your orange.
Oh, you're sweet. And it's just too bad that you nice men are so prone to accidents in the home. And the reason is because you brave men usually tackle the hazardous jobs around the house.
Hey, I'll remember those kind words as I slowly limp back to the kitchen.
One thing in your favor, though, Sarge. Married men stand a better chance of avoiding fatal accidents in the home.
Is that a fact?
Mm-hmm. You know, in one state, 75% of the men involved in home mishaps were unmarried.
Well, I'm sure glad I'm married.
Because the accident odds are better?
Because I like my wife. Even when she first wakes up in the morning.
That's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Midnight Sun Matter.
Within a few minutes after I met him at the airport far east of town the next morning, Cliff Murray had the big twin-engine Speedcraft airborne, and we were heading north to Alaska.
And in case you're interested, Dollar, you're the co-pilot on this run.
Oh, are you kidding? The only things I've steered around the sky since the war have been Piper Cubs, small jobs.
You know something? When you get onto them, these babies are not only just as easy to fly, but a whole lot safer. Want to take over for a while?
Well, maybe later. Hey, how come you didn't take this big ship off at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport?
Because of the cargo we have on board. Also, it was quicker and easier to get clearance. We're trying to make time on this trip. The boys up at the mine are a pretty worried bunch these days.
Oh, why?
Now, there's a big glacier on one side of the property.
Oh.
It flows down to make the Kanakai River. When it gets warm enough, a couple of months in the year, to melt.
That's so?
But there have been a couple of big ice quakes this spring. Just like earthquakes, only it's ice. And now that glacier's heading for the property.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's going to wipe out the airport and everything. Unless they can do something about it.
Like what? Divert the course of a glacier?
The engineers up there say they can do it. And we've got the stuff for them right here. This cargo we're toting.
What do you mean?
Oh, didn't you know?
No what?
Well, we got enough TNT aboard to move a dozen glaciers.
Speaking of sitting on a powder keg, and this one had wings. But then after the first shock of realization wore off, well, I even took up Cliffy on his offer to handle the controls for a while. And he was right. The big plane behaved like a doll. By the time we reached Anchorage to pick up mail and food, why, I was all set to make the landing myself. However, with a cargo of TNT aboard, I was perfectly content to let Cliff set her down, which he did beautifully. Then within the hour, we headed north again over some of the wildest country I've ever seen.
Beautiful, though, Johnny. Its own way.
Yeah, I never realized there were so many lakes and streams up in this country, Cliff.
Most of them are loaded with fish, too.
Oh?
Yes, sir. Stop. Ooh.
Oh, what is it?
I said,
greatest fishing in this man's world is right down there below us.
Oh, what's your language, brother? I'm liable to strap on a chute and leave you to make the rest of the trip alone.
A fisherman, huh?
Yeah, you aren't kidding.
Yeah, one of my favorite spots, right? Ooh.
Hey, what's the matter?
Nothing. Just a little twitch in my side, my belly. Doc said it was appendicitis last time, but I think didn't want to operate unless... Holy... Baby, that was a sharp one.
Cliff, anything I can do?
No, it's going now.
Sure hope so.
Sure. It just came on kind of sudden, so. Hey, it's time to call the lads at the mine to be ready for us.
How big is the airport up there?
11,000-foot runway.
Really?
Sure. It's the only way to get stuff in for mines 100 miles around. Speedcraft 231, calling consolidated. Go ahead, please.
Somebody on duty there at all times?
24 hours.
Roger, 231, go ahead.
We're over Fairbanks on the hour, Charlie.
Roger, Cliff, over Fairbanks at 1400 hours.
Then roll out the carpet. We'll set down between 14:45 and 50.
Roger, Cliff, we'll be ready for you.
And that's that. In less than an hour, Johnny, Johnny, take over.
Sure, Cliff.
Never been this bad before.
Now listen.
No. You listen. No matter what happens, take it easy. I'll tell you exactly what to... You can do it, Johnny. You can do it. Now listen.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
With your permission, there's something I'd like to talk about for a minute. You know, too many times people try to escape from their responsibilities by having someone else take them over. There was Miles Standish, for example. He was much too busy to ask Priscilla to marry him, so he sent John Alden to pop the question for him. You know what happened. John ended up marrying the girl himself. Of course, if John had had a face like a flat tire instead of being the handsome guy he was, maybe Miles Standish would have married Priscilla instead. Well, actually, I don't know what got me started on this subject, and unless it was my thinking about people who represent somebody else. Take our State Department, for example. Being a representative is one of its biggest jobs. Through the Foreign Service, it helps the Justice and Treasury Departments handle immigration, narcotic, and quarantine problems. And the Secretaries of Agriculture and Commerce look to the Secretary of State to help keep their fingers on the pulse of foreign markets so they can keep the business firms and farmers of America informed on matters of import and exports. I guess the only connection between these facts and the courtship of Miles Standish is that, like John Alden, our State Department speaks for itself.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Midnight Sun Matter.
The rest of this report will have to come to you from the records of the airport there at Universal Consolidated Mining Corporation, far above the Arctic Circle. Aboard the big cargo plane loaded with TNT, the pilot crippled with pain, I was a little too busy to make notes to scribble any fancy dialogue. Here, then, is the story as recorded at the tower of the airport.
The time is 2:35.
Well, there goes the boss's plane to pick up his daughter in Fairbanks, Charlie.
Hey, Paul, isn't Cliff about due with 231? He said he'd sit down at a...
Speedcraft 231, calling consolidated.
Hey, is that Cliff?
Speedcraft 231, calling consolidated.
It doesn't sound like him. Hello, Cliff?
No, this is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
Yeah, it's his passenger. Go ahead, Johnny.
Cliff is... Well, look, I've had to take over for him. He's sick. Cliff will give me whatever instructions I need.
You sure you can make it, Johnny?
Johnny, this is Cliff.
Go ahead, Cliff.
Johnny can make it.
Well, what about that cargo, that TNT? Can you dump it?
I can't move to dump it. Johnny. Can't leave the controls.
Okay, then, Johnny, we'll give you all the help we can from here.
Thanks, Charlie.
Have you passed the Snake River marker?
In about 2 minutes, I think.
Okay, now just remember your letdown is on a heading of 035 degrees from that marker.
035 degrees from the Snake River marker, Roger.
And, well, now just take it easy, Johnny, and we'll get you down here okay.
Thanks, Charlie.
Well, it looks like we may have a problem on our hands.
Listen, if Cliff says Dollar can bring it down, he can. Just you take it easy when you talk with him.
Charlie, have you got an engineer down there?
Yeah, sure, Johnny. Stand by. Take it, Paul.
Johnny, this is Paul Foster. Go ahead.
Paul, we're having some trouble getting our landing gear down. So I'm going to make some steep banks and try to get it down by centrifugal force.
Yeah, good.
You might get the ground crew to stand by, though, because if we can't get the gear down that way, I guess we'll have to make a belly landing gear up.
Okay, Johnny, I got that. How much fuel have you got on board?
About 2,000 pounds.
Johnny, this is Charlie again. Now listen.
Easy, Charlie.
Oh, yeah. Johnny, I saw you make your pass. It appears the landing gear door is partially open, which may indicate it's jammed.
Any suggestions?
Paul again, Johnny. The only thing I can think of is try to snap the gear out by a sharp pull-up to give it centrifugal force.
I've tried that, Paul. Results are negative.
All right. Then before we consider you coming in for a belly landing with all that TNT aboard, I'd like to use up some of that fuel. Maybe some of our brains down here can think of something that'll help you out.
Okay, we'll go ahead with the regular procedures and whatever else we can think of, and then we'll give you another call.
Okay, Johnny.
The time is 2:41.
Johnny? Johnny, this is Paul again. Have you tried to shear the lock pin on that landing gear? Go ahead.
Negative. No, we haven't tried that yet. We want to make sure the doors were not jammed partially closed and perhaps make it impossible to get all the gear up again. You know, if we do have to make a belly landing.
Yeah. Okay. Johnny, have you got full hydraulic pressure?
Yes, that's affirmative.
Okay. Now, the crew chief isn't up here at the moment, but I'll ask him to come up and he can discuss it with you.
Right.
Johnny, if it does become necessary to make a belly landing because of the setup they have for handling accidents, you might be better off to do it at Fairbanks. Have you thought about that?
I talked to Cliff here. He doesn't think they'd want us to try it with this TNT we've got aboard.
Well, we'll radio to him and see. Meanwhile, if anybody comes up with any idea at all, we'll pass it on to you right away.
Okay. I'll give you a gas check in a few minutes.
Okay.
The time is 2:50.
Johnny, Don Wilkins, our chief engineer, would like to talk to you. I'll put him on the horn.
Johnny, this is Don Wilkins. Have you tried the landing gear handle up and down quite a few times to see if it extends any further at any time?
Yeah, we've tried it several times.
Well, I think I'd try it as many times as possible, Johnny. There could be something binding that may break loose. Now, there's something on it. Well, it comes off the gear door latches, all right, so it isn't the latch.
I'll try it a few more times.
The time is 3:00. Exactly.
Johnny, this is Paul. How's your fuel situation stacking up now?
We have about 950, about 960 pounds.
Well, for your information, Fairbanks have advised that they can't take your airplane there because they're jammed up and couldn't clear the field in time.
Well, yes, okay. It doesn't look like we'd have enough gas to go there anyway.
Johnny, this is Don Wilkins again.
Go ahead, Don.
If you feather the number 2 engine, and then just as you unfeather it, slam the gear handle down, well, maybe the additional torsion that you get may free the gear.
Okay, Don, we've already tried that and we came up negative. I think we're stuck with that belly landing.
Johnny, this is Paul. We'll get everything ready for you. Are you VFR in this vicinity? You know, under visual flight rules?
Johnny, there's one more thing we'd like to have you try. And that is completely unload your hydraulic system. And then try free-falling your landing gear. Did you get that?
I did that twice, Don. No luck with it. But we'll try it again.
All right, Johnny, fine.
The time is 3:28.
Johnny, we're going ahead with preparations for a belly landing down here. I see you buzzed the field a couple of times, so you know how much room you've got.
You think it looks like much from up here?
Now listen, we're going to foam the runway for you. You hear me? Put foam on it. We're doing it now, and that'll kill some of the friction. And if we can get enough on, it'll help against fire if you have any trouble.
How's the wind down there?
It's south about 3 miles an hour, just light breeze.
Well, I wanted to know in case this thing slides off to one side or the other, right? I don't want to run down any of the other airplanes I can see down there. Not if we can help it.
Okay, Johnny, take a run directly over the runway and get the feel of it.
Will do.
The time is 3:31.
Johnny, we don't want to seem in the position here of telling you all your business, but I guess we've got to try everything anyone could think of.
Yeah, go ahead.
On this gear handle business, up and down, throw it in the up position. But just leave it there for a second, and then slam it down and leave it down for, say 30 seconds after you put it down. You get that?
Okay, we'll do that.
We hate to be giving you all this intelligence all the time, but if anybody gets an idea, we pass it on to you for what it's worth. But you've got to be the judge.
We're glad you fellas are with us.
The time is 3:46.
Johnny, how's your fuel now?
I wouldn't bank on it much longer.
All right. They're laying foam on the runway like crazy, but that foam's only going to last about 25 minutes. Now, assuming they started laying the foam at 30, you should land not later than 55.
Yes, well, okay. You give us a word when it's completed. We're going to make one low pass and take a good look at everything. Then we'll come in and land. Okay?
Roger. I got your remarks.
The time is 3:51.
Hi, Johnny. I just wondered how you are and how things look to you.
Okay. You got a doctor standing by to take care of Cliff?
Sure. Everything's ready for you. One comment. Listen. Do not, repeat, do not feather the engines when you sit down.
Got it. We'll comply.
Okay, Johnny.
Okay, we're all set, Don. We're going to make a practice pass over the field prior to the final landing.
Okay, Johnny, I won't be talking to you anymore. Paul will take over on your approach and get you down. We're all set for you when you arrive. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay.
The time is 3:54.
One minute, 48 seconds later, we made a wheels-up landing. Cliff? The company doctor tells me his appendectomy was a complete success. A hard-bitten bunch of miners, did you say? Listen, those boys up in that lonely outpost are the salt of the earth. And as for trying to pull something on your insurance company, well, you should have seen how just one good load of TNT put that glacier back on its course. Yes, sir. I hope the vein of gold never runs out for those boys. Expense account total, including gifts for the lads who really brought that plane down, $600 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Gene Tatum, Frank Nelson, Russell Thorson, Barney Phillips, Harry Bartell, and Forrest Lewis. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking. Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
This is Johnny Pantella at Missing Person. You telephoned this office about you, Brisbane, did you?
That's right.
Insurance? Is that your business?
I'm an investigator.
Oh, I see.
I was sent here by the company that wrote the bonding policy on Brisbane's firm. We heard he'd been reported missing.
Well, that's about it. Mrs. Brisbane filed a complaint with us last night. But how'd you hear about it so fast?
One of Brisbane's clients happened to be one of our insurance brokers. He reported it to us.
Oh.
Any leads?
Nothing so far. I'm going out to talk with Mrs. Brisbane in a little while. If you'd like to come along, you're welcome.
Fine.
We'll return to our program in a moment. But first, I'd like to say a few words about jamming. And I don't mean Mother's Preserve. During wartime, it has frequently been the practice of an enemy country to jam our radio communication. That is, to cut into our broadcasting with broadcasting of their own, so that our radio messages cannot be received with any degree of clarity. There was a time when our civilian radio broadcasts were jammed too, unintentional though it was. As you can imagine, it was quite a mess, and still could be. Can you imagine what would happen today if there was no coordination among our many radio and TV stations? Or if the telephone companies didn't cooperate? When radio broadcasting first began in our country, each station chose its own call letters, power, and spot on the dial. It wasn't long before 2 or 3 stations would try to come in on the same spot, and the poor listener couldn't understand a thing he heard. So, to get things organized, the Federal Communications Commission was born. Licenses were issued to each station and to qualified operating engineers. The same thing now applies to TV stations. Today, a radio or TV station may request certain call letters, and if no one else has them, the call letters are issued. But power and the spot on the dial are restricted by laws of nature, and the FCC engineers don't have much choice in what they tell the station operator he can or cannot do. With the telephone and telegraph, however, the situation is different. The FCC makes sure the rates are fair both to the company and to the consumer, and that all of the independent companies work together so that someone in Japan or Germany, for example, can call someone else in New York with practically no delay or trouble. So the next time you pick up a stateside broadcast loud and clear, or hear everything your family says to you over the telephone, just remember that you have the Federal Communications Commission to thank.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Cosmopolitan Bonding and Insurance Corporation, Cosmopolitan Insurance Building, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Brisbane fraud matter. Expense account item 1, $91.35. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Detroit. Item 2, $25 even, legal fee. Before I met Sergeant Pantella, I engaged attorney Robert E. Pearson to arrange for a court order impounding all of the records and books in the offices of Hugh Brisbane's small brokerage house. However, I moved an hour too late on that procedure. When I met Sergeant Pantella at the police station, he told me.
We'll have to look at them first, Dollar. DA's office got out a court order first thing this morning.
Well, I wasn't trying to jump you, Sergeant. I didn't know how far you'd gotten. Just that we're always anxious to get that information on a case like this so our auditors can get busy.
Yeah.
It's a $25,000 bond that we'll have to make good on if Brisbane's run away.
We don't know if he's done that, Dollar.
No, we don't. What are your ideas on this, Sergeant?
Well, I only talked with Mrs. Brisbane briefly. She told us she hadn't been home for 2 days. That was last night. The family doctor had already been there and given her a sedative. That's why I had to wait until this morning to get some details.
I see.
I have 4 men covering Brisbane's office force right now, and the DA's men are there, of course, on the books. I will be glad to give you a copy of their findings, maybe save your people some money. Almost 11. Now, what do you say?
Anytime.
40
minutes later, I was in the living room of the Brisbane home with Sergeant Pantella. Hugh Brisbane's wife was settled on a sofa in front of the fireplace. She was a small, stocky woman in her late 30s or early 40s. The clothes she was wearing, the house itself, the appointments of the room about her, all suggested a well-run, well-kept sort of life.
Of course. Sergeant Pantella, isn't it?
Yes. And this is Mr. Dollar from the insurance company.
Yes?
I represent the company that bonded Mr. Brisbane's firm.
Oh, really?
Naturally, we're interested in his whereabouts, too.
Well, is there anything wrong?
We don't know. It's just a matter of routine right now.
I feel much better today, Sergeant. I hope I can be of some help.
Mrs. Brisbane, on a case like this, there are standard questions that we want answered. Now, some of them are personal, but the information is necessary if we're going to proceed with any efficiency.
Oh?
I wanted you to understand that. Now, last night when I spoke with you, you said you hadn't seen or talked to your husband for 2 days.
That's right. I saw him at breakfast Tuesday morning, and that was the last time.
Did you know that after he left here, Mr. Brisbane did not go to his office?
No.
He wasn't there at any time Tuesday or Wednesday, as far as we can find out. Did he take a car?
No. He preferred the bus when the weather was like this.
About what time did you have breakfast with him Tuesday?
Oh, before 9 sometime. He always tried to be in his office by 10:30.
I don't want to frighten you, but can you think of any enemies that might want to do your husband harm?
Enemies? You? Oh, dear, no.
We'd appreciate it very much if you'd consider that question again, Mrs. Brisbane. It's important.
I really can't think of anyone who might want to hurt him. Or perhaps in his office, in his business, there's someone, but he never discussed what went on there with me.
Are you sure?
It was a rule. See, this is our home. That's his business. We just never talked about what went on in his office at all.
I see.
How long have you and Mr. Brisbane been married?
18 years next July.
Well, can you think of any reason why Mr. Brisbane might just walk out and not come back?
None whatsoever, Sergeant. Absolutely none.
You said that you saw your husband last Tuesday morning at breakfast?
Yes.
But you didn't report him missing until last night. Can you explain that?
Oh, I wasn't here for dinner Tuesday night, and when I got home it was late in the evening. I presumed he was in his room sleeping. Wednesday I was also out for dinner and came in late. It wasn't until dinner time Thursday that I became worried. I telephoned his office, and they said he hadn't been in for 2 days, and I telephoned the police.
Had his bed been slept in at all?
No. The maid told me that she hadn't made it since Tuesday morning.
Well, weren't the people in his office worried?
I suppose so.
Well, I mean, didn't someone telephone here asking for Mr. Brisbane?
Oh, no. Sometimes he wouldn't be in the office for 2 or 3 days at a time. He instructed the secretary that when he didn't show up, he didn't want to be called at home either.
I see.
Where would he spend his time on these occasions when he didn't go to his office for a couple of days?
Here. Hugh liked to read and write a little. He has a room on the 3rd floor where he spent a great deal of his time.
Would it be possible to look at that room?
Oh, yes, I suppose so.
Well, tell me, have you looked through his bedroom?
Yes.
Any of his things missing?
Not that I know of.
Clothes, luggage, something like that.
I really couldn't say. I don't know enough about his things.
Well, how about the servants? Could they give us that information, do you think?
Possibly.
Miss Brisbane, have you had any odd telephone calls or messages since your husband's disappearance?
No. What do you mean?
Well, again, we don't want to frighten you, but there's always the possibility that he was kidnapped, being held for ransom.
Oh, dear Lord.
I wouldn't worry about that angle too much if you haven't had any contact.
Did Mr. Brisbane drink much?
Oh, cocktails before dinner, maybe 2 or 3.
Ever any long drinking jaunts?
No. Oh, on a weekend occasionally, but nothing serious. Hugh never went off and drank, if that's what you're trying to find out.
Is he in good health?
Yes, perfect, I think.
Who's your family doctor?
Dr. Wayner took care of you. L.D. Wayner.
Okay.
Now, we won't keep you much longer, Mrs. Brisbane, but about the clothing. Mr. Brisbane was wearing Tuesday morning a dark blue suit, gray hat, gray tweed overcoat. Is that correct?
Yes. I remember very distinctly.
We talked to Mrs. Brisbane for another half hour, gathering information concerning the missing man. After that, we questioned both servants and learned that Brisbane was a man of careful and precise habits. We examined the study that Mrs. Brisbane had told us about, as well as his bedroom. To all appearances, and from all we could learn, he had taken nothing with him but the clothes on his back and what money he had on his person. By mid-afternoon, every member of Hugh Brisbane's office force had been interviewed and questioned. None of them were able to furnish a motive behind his sudden and complete absence. He was described by everyone as a model husband and a model business executive. The detail from the district attorney's office reported that his business was in sound financial condition. I went with Sergeant Pantella when he interviewed Dr. Wayner, Brisbane's personal physician.
Well, according to my records, I examined him last on December 13th. He was in good health. For a man of his age and responsibility, I would say he was in excellent health.
Oh, could you explain the qualification, Doctor?
Well, I was thinking only by comparison. Hugh Brisbane is 45 years old. He's held a position of tremendous responsibility for many years. For a lesser man or a frailer man, the incidence of an organic disturbance increases with the years. In Brisbane's case, it didn't seem to hold. He knew how to relax, or he knew how to escape for periods of time and get a complete rest. He told me that he read a great deal and tried his hand at writing. Did you do a complete physical on him, Doctor? Yes. Why? Was there any indication or any reason whatsoever for you to suspect that he might suffer from some sort of mental trouble? No, there was not. I'd say that when I examined him, he was in excellent mental shape, too. Oh, I know you're seeking out the possibility of an amnesia condition or something similar. No, it wouldn't come in a flash, just like that. There would have been some symptoms.
What kind of symptoms?
Well, symptoms that Mrs. Brisbane or the people in his office would have noticed and probably told you about when you questioned them. An inability to remember names, addresses, telephone numbers are the most easily recognized. Someone would have picked up those things in his conversation or his actions. For instance, he might have not been able to count his change when he paid a check at a restaurant. See what I mean? I see, yes. I think you can discount the probability of amnesia on those grounds.
How long have you known him, Doctor?
Well, 6 years, I think. He used to go to a friend of mine who passed away, and then he came to me.
Did you ever meet him outside this office?
Socially, yes.
Where?
Well, we both belonged to the same country club. I played golf with him several times. I've seen him at dances, other affairs.
Did he and Mrs. Brisbane strike you as a happy couple?
Oh, I suppose so, Mr. Dollar. I never really thought about it much. I'll tell you this. Hugh Brisbane has quite a head on his shoulders. That was always my impression of him.
Did you ever have occasion to talk with him about anything but business or social activity?
Yes, I did, once. It startled me at first. I was aware that he was a man of education and some culture, but I was quite taken aback by his ability to quote the classicists.
Oh?
It seemed incongruous somehow. I remember we were sitting in the club. It had been a 2:00 lunch. Practically everybody had left except the waiters, and I heard him quote a Greek. Callicles.
Oh, what did he quote? Do you remember it?
Why?
Just curious.
I don't remember it, but I was so impressed with the passage, I took the trouble to look it up myself and to write it down. I have it here somewhere. Yeah. There it is, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks.
Surprising,
I don't know.
What does it say?
But if there were a man who had sufficient force, he would shake off and break through and escape from all this. He would trample underfoot all our formulas and spells and charms and all our laws which are against nature. The slave would rise in rebellion and be lord over us, and the light of natural justice would shine forth. When did he quote this to you, Dr. Waiter?
Monday, the day before he disappeared.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. The disappearance of Hugh Brisbane had been complete and final up until the time the district attorney's men discovered that $5,000 had been withdrawn from his savings account on the morning he'd vanished. The fact that he was known to have a large amount of money with him opened up new possibilities in the case. What was his name?
Cook. This is the third cage.
Oh, yeah. Over there.
Yeah. Mr. Cook?
Yes?
I'm Sergeant Pantera. This is Mr. Dollar.
Oh, yes. You phoned me. It's about Mr. Brisbane?
You took care of him when he was in here last Tuesday. Is that right?
Yes, I handled the withdrawal.
We'd like to see the slip on that, please.
Yes, I looked it up. I have it ready for you.
Thanks.
You said on the phone you'd want a copy?
Yes, for the handwriting man.
Well, you may have that one. There was an automatic duplicate when he made out the withdrawal slip. We have that for our file.
I see. Have you known Mr. Brisbane very long?
Well, I've seen him the many times he's been in the bank since I've worked here.
How long is that?
5 years.
Are you sure you know him?
Oh, yes, of course.
Is this him?
Why, yes.
This is the same man who signed this withdrawal slip last Tuesday morning.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now tell us, what happened?
He just came up to the cage and gave me the withdrawal slip. That's all.
I see. Weren't you a little surprised when he made out a withdrawal slip for $5,000?
No, not particularly.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Oh, well, maybe I was a little surprised, but Mr. Brisbane has withdrawn large sums from his personal savings account several times. Yes, I remember once he took out $3,500, and another time he withdrew $2,000. I assumed this was for some sort of speculation where he needed cash on hand.
When he came up to the cage, what exactly did he say to you?
Oh, just good morning, and will you please take care of this?
Was that all?
Yes, that's all.
Well, didn't he stipulate how he wanted the money? Tens, 20s, hundreds?
Oh, yes. He did say that. He took it mostly in hundreds and 50s. I think I gave him $200 worth of 10s and 20s, too, but I'm not sure.
Any of those bills happen to be recorded?
No, I'm sorry.
$5,000 is quite a bundle of money to be carrying around broken down that way, Mr. Cook.
Oh, he was ready for it. He had a small bag with him. He put it all in that.
What kind of a bag?
Oh, just a bag, like a doctor's bag. It was black or very dark brown, I think.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you can remember about it?
No, I'm afraid not.
Initials, maker's name?
No, sorry.
Okay. Dollar?
Yeah, just 1 minute. When Brisbane left the bank with a bag of money, did you happen to see which way he went?
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, wait. I don't know if this is important, but come to think of it, I did notice something peculiar about him that day.
Oh? What?
Well, usually when we did business, he'd be very brisk about it. I mean, he'd hurry away from the cage, but last Tuesday he didn't seem to be in any hurry at all. I had the distinct feeling Mr. Brisbane didn't particularly care in what direction he went somehow.
A recheck with Mrs. Brisbane and the house servants established that Brisbane had not left the house carrying the bag described by the bank teller. A supplementary information bulletin was issued including a description of the bag. Meanwhile, Sergeant Pantella's men continued the routine check of bus, train, and plane terminals within the city. Still no luck.
Oh, I'm afraid he had too good a start, Dollar. He could be in Europe by now.
Yeah.
Well, what does your company think of all this?
Well, as long as his books are in good shape, the insurance company can breathe a little easier. But they're still worried about him.
I phoned Mrs. Brisbane and told her she could bring charges against him for desertion if she wanted to. That way we'd get a little more action from the other cities. She said she didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. On that savings account, it was a joint account, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he only took $5,000. That leaves her $23,000.
Well, he's really done a good job if he was trying to get away.
With that much money on him, somebody else could have done a good job, too.
Yeah.
Sergeant Pantella, missing persons. What's your name? I know where it is. Right. Well, at least we know he was alive Tuesday night.
How?
That was a man who runs a bar over on Motor Avenue. He said Brisbane was in there Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's him. That's the picture of the guy who was in here Tuesday night.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm positive.
Was he with anybody?
All alone, sat right down there on that stool.
How long was he here?
Oh, he was here when I come on. He was still here when the place closed.
Did you happen to see where he went from here?
No.
What kind of shape was he in? Was he drunk?
No, real sober and quiet. He drank all night, but it didn't seem to affect him at all.
Well, did you talk to him at all?
No, I just took his orders for drinks. He didn't seem to want to talk to nobody.
I see.
What time did you come on?
8 o'clock.
What time do you close?
2?
Did you happen to notice if anybody who was in here talked to him?
Oh, I think a couple of people tried, drunks, but he didn't have much to say to him, so they just left him alone.
Uh-huh. Anything else happen?
No. Oh, wait, yeah, he was making a phone call all the time he was here, a long-distance phone call from that booth right there. He sat at the end of the bar so he could hear the operator call him back.
You don't happen to know where he was calling?
No.
How do you know it was a long-distance call?
Oh, because once he handed me a 20 and asked me to change it. I gave him $5 worth of quarters. All the quarters I had, as a matter of fact.
Uh-huh. About what time was this?
Well, I couldn't say exactly. It seemed to be about 10 o'clock when he started.
You mean when he first placed the call?
That's right. But he was still at it after midnight. I guess the operator was ringing him every 20 minutes the way they do,
Do you know if he completed the call?
Oh, yeah. I heard him slugging quarters into the box once.
Okay.
Did he have anything with him while he was here?
What do you mean?
Was he carrying a bag or anything?
No, nothing but his overcoat.
Telephone company records disclosed that Hugh Brisbane had placed a call from the pay booth in the lounge. A person-to-person call to a Kenneth Temple in San Francisco. We tried to place a call to the same number, but there was no answer.
I'm sorry, sir. Your party does not answer. I'll call you back in 20 minutes.
All right, miss.
Kenneth Temple. Temple?
Something familiar?
Something, yeah. I don't know what it is, though.
Well, we should be hearing from the police there pretty soon. I asked them to look him up.
We waited another 2 hours trying to complete the call to Kenneth Temple in San Francisco. The operators were still trying when we drove out to the Brisbane residence once more. Mrs. Brisbane led us into the house.
You say you found out something, Sergeant?
Well, we might have, Mrs. Brisbane. Maybe you can help us.
I'll try. Won't you sit down?
Thanks.
Now, what is all this about San Francisco?
We found out that your husband called a man named Kenneth Temple there on Tuesday night.
Oh?
That name, Kenneth Temple, does it mean something to you?
No.
Have you ever heard it before?
I don't believe I have.
Mr. Brisbane never mentioned it to you at all?
I can't say for certain, but it's not familiar to me at the moment.
Mrs. Brisbane, have you ever been to San Francisco?
Yes?
When?
Twice. Going to and coming back from Hawaii 2 years ago.
Has Mr. Brisbane ever been in San Francisco?
He was on the same trip.
The name Temple. Maybe it's someone you met while you were there?
No. I don't recall meeting anyone there at all. We were in a group of people. We all took the same plane from here and stayed together the whole trip.
I see.
Oh, excuse me, please.
Sure. This isn't getting us very far.
I don't get it.
Hello. Me? Oh, yes, operator. Just a moment. It's for you, Sergeant.
Oh, thanks. Probably San Francisco. Thank you. This is Sergeant Pantella. Yes? Hello, Mr. Temple. This is Sergeant Pantella, Missing Persons Division, Detroit Police Department. We're trying to locate a man named Hugh All right. He's there now.
Hugh, let me talk to him.
Just a minute, Mrs. Brisbane.
Mr. Brisbane, we've been pretty worried about you. Yes, I'm speaking to you from your home. She's fine. Yeah, just a moment. He wants to talk to you.
Hello, Hugh. Oh, it's so good to hear your voice. Hugh, what on earth... Yes, Hugh. I'm listening. Yes? Yes, Hugh, I remember all that. But Hugh, Yes, dear. All right. You again.
Hello, Brisbane. Yes? Yes, I'm...
Are you feeling all right, Mrs. Brisbane?
I catch my breath.
Sure that was your husband you talked to?
It was you. I'm leaving you and everyone else. That's what he said.
What?
Well, he said that he was going to take a long sea trip with Mr. Temple, and that he wouldn't be back for a year, if he ever came back. He said he wrote me all of this in a letter that I should receive today. Why would he do a thing like that? He had everything here in his home that he wanted. It's a lovely home. We have lovely friends. Why? Why? If you would have just talked to me about it. I don't...
Maybe he did, Mrs. Brisbane.
What?
The doctor's the only one I found who ever listened to him. It was true. Hugh Brisbane had just plain walked out one day and had no intention of coming back for a long, long time. And as far as the police were concerned, there was no way to stop him. As far as we're concerned, we'll have to sit on that $25,000 bond and hope that he'll come back to Detroit someday when he gets whatever it is out of his system. There's nothing we can do either. Expense account item 3. Room and board at the Chase. $78.50. Item 4, same as item 1, transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $286.20. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by E. Jack Newman with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Jay Novello, Jeanette Nolan, John McIntyre, Joe Kearns, and Virginia Gray. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Is this Mr. Dollar, the insurance gentleman?
That's right.
Well, this is Captain Lyle Woodstock. I was given a message that you telephoned.
Oh, yes, I did. Your insurance company wanted me to look into this trouble with your wife. Wonder when I could see you.
At your convenience. But it's not trouble yet. It's quite possible that nothing is wrong at all.
Oh? Well, I understood that you were worried about her disappearance. That you hadn't heard from her in over a week. Isn't that it?
Yes, but I'll explain it all to you. But as I said, in spite of her absence, it's entirely possible that nothing is wrong at all.
All right, Captain Woodstock. I'll be out to talk to you this afternoon.
While we take a breather from our program, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you know who Uncle Sam's lawyer is? If your answer is the Attorney General, you're absolutely right. But being legal advisor to the President and other governmental agencies is only part of his job. His main task is running the Department of Justice which makes sure that the laws passed by Congress are carried out and that lawyers are available when the government must be represented in court. Let me give you an example. Suppose there is some question concerning the amount or kind of tax you should pay, or suppose you and the government don't agree as to which of you owns certain land. That's when the Department of Justice steps in to represent the government side of the case. If anyone is brought to trial for counterfeiting, smuggling, gold hoarding, or passport forging, the Department of Justice prosecutes the case. It also handles all matters dealing with legal immigration. And all of this activity is the responsibility of an important member of the President's cabinet, the Attorney General. Just as it is the duty of the United States government to protect each and every one of you, it is the duty of the Attorney General to protect the government of the United States.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Washingtonian Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Celia Woodstock matter. Expense account item 1, $25.50. Car rental and mileage to the Woodstock home, off the highway just east of Bridgeport. There was a large frame house, shuttered against the winter wind blowing across Long Island Sound. Captain Lyle Woodstock, please.
Yes? You are Mr. Dollar?
That's right.
Come inside.
Thanks.
I am Captain Woodstock. It was nice of you to come out. Nasty wind, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't blowing like this in Hartford.
Quite often windy here on the Sound. I'm afraid you'll have to leave your coat here.
Well, that's all right.
I discharged the servants, all of them. Couldn't stomach their attitude since Celia's departure. Come along. We'll talk in the library.
Okay.
After you, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks.
I'm afraid I was guilty of a certain amount of deception when I spoke to your Mr. Miller. Through a delicate choice of words, I'm afraid I intimated that I was frightened for Celia's very life. Sit down.
Well, why the deception?
Why, naturally, to interest them in the situation. And with a purpose, Mr. Dollar.
Well, couldn't you afford to hire a private detective?
My good man, I have wasted a considerable amount of money by doing just that. It was from the stumbling idiot of a detective that I received the news of Celia's disappearance.
He was following her?
He had been for a month, until he lost her. I had entertained certain suspicions about Celia.
What's this investigator's name?
Slater. Mr. David Slater. He was recommended as the best in Bridgeport. Considering his dismal failure, you surely understand why I felt it necessary to turn to someone else. My insurance company struck me as a wise choice, since there is a large policy on her life.
All right, I'll talk to this Slater. Now, will you give me everything you can on your wife? Description and so on?
Yes, of course. They're on the table. I brought out a few photos.
How old?
27. Oh, yes. That one was snapped on Mondego Beach. Very striking woman, isn't she?
Yeah.
And this one was taken while we were anchored off Hero last summer.
You get around.
Travel has its advantages, Mr. Donner.
This your boat?
Yes, in dry dock at the moment. As a matter of fact, I met Celia when I put into Las Cruces instead of Acapulco. And it seemed that she, too, wanted to travel.
Where do you think she's traveling now?
I haven't the faintest idea. As I started to tell you, I'd been troubled by certain suspicions. She was seeing entirely too much of a young doctor in Bridgeport. His name is Masterson. Dr. Charles Masterson.
You think he could have something to do with her disappearance? Is that what you mean?
I shouldn't like to say. I believe that she is a quite perfect physical specimen, yet she visited this doctor fellow at least 3 times per week.
Yeah? Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. We were in Acapulco 2 years ago when...
The rest of the story wasn't too far from typical, although I don't meet too many of the breed. A, the 55-year-old Woodstock, captain because he owned a schooner, had dedicated his life to what he called adventure. And B, the 28-year-old Celia, had also dedicated her life to what she called adventure. The results were a number of voyages. And finally, Celia Woodstock's disappearance. I found the private investigator David Slater in a conservatively crummy suite of offices on Front Street in Bridgeport.
Well, you've met him, so you know what type he is. Yes, I followed his wife.
Oh, what did she do?
Got a report on every move she made for months. You want to see it?
Not if you remember the highlights. What about this Dr. Charles Masterson?
Well, doctors are hard to pin down, you know that. She went to his office 3 times a week, but she never met him anyplace else. Maybe she was sick.
Her husband says no.
Well, I didn't find out. I couldn't have talked to the doctor without letting out who I was. He had a nurse who quit the day before I left the case.
You didn't talk to her?
I was going to, but after I left, I didn't. Why should I?
Do you know who she is, where I can find her?
Yes, her name is Janet Squire. She went to work in the Red Cross Blood Collection Center up on Union.
Good, thanks. Now, what about the day Mrs. Woodstock dropped out of sight? Was there anything special?
Why, sure there was something special. I wouldn't have lost her. I'm no rookie in this business. She bought a ticket to New York City on the 345. So did I. I got in the same car that she did. I didn't see her, but I figured she was powdering her nose or something. When she didn't show before the train left, I went through the rest of the cars, but I never picked her up after that.
She knew you were tailing her, huh?
Well, she must have. Must have got on the car and then right off. That and the money she drew out of the bank makes me think that she was running out on old Woodstock and nothing else.
No money was mentioned to me.
Well, that's funny. Woodstock knew about it. $2,000 the morning she left.
Huh. I wonder what else that old renegade is holding out on me.
The phone calls she made?
No, he didn't say anything about phone calls.
She made quite a few from public booths. I finally got into one next door. I couldn't get the number, but she talked to somebody named Sprague. She didn't say much but the name, and then asked, where do you want me to meet you? And when she was answered, she said, all right, I'll let you know when everything is arranged. Well, that's all.
Well, that's enough for me. If he thinks he's got a free wife chaser, he's mistaken.
You're going to drop it?
Sure, that's the way it is. I gave up that kind of work a long time ago. I don't like it. It's Dollar, Captain.
Get in and close the door.
What's this? Where's Woodstock?
Close the door. If you do anything else, I'll kill you.
Where's Woodstock?
He's gone. Now walk backwards. Down the hall.
Why?
Go on or I'll shoot. Stop now and turn around. Open the door. And get in the closet.
Now, wait a minute.
Please, please, mister, do what I tell you. It won't make any difference if I kill you.
Okay.
Close it.
When I heard the front door slam, I started kicking my way out. The paneling was heavy, and it cost me a torn trouser leg and a scraped shin before I made it. Mrs. Woodstock. Mrs. Woodstock. Hello. Hello, operator. Hello. He'd given himself some more time by pulling out the phone wires, but it took less than 5 minutes for me to cover some 200 yards to the nearest neighbor, explain myself, and get through to the Bridgeport police. A short time after that, I met Homicide Lieutenant Al Jester, and with him, watched 2 ambulance attendants start Mrs. Woodstock toward the hospital.
Oh, Joe, you're in lumbar cases. Keep the feet down.
What's the condition, boys? Can you tell?
It's bad, Lieutenant. Her right lung.
Yeah, no chance of a statement.
We'll do what we can, Lieutenant. Hold it, Joe. All right. I got the steps. Right.
Well, I guess it depends on her how easy or how hard this is going to be.
Yeah, but better not count on it. I've been disappointed too often. How did Slater's story strike you?
Well, I had no reason not to believe him. He said as far as he was concerned, the girl was running out on her husband. The more I saw of it, the more it looked that way to me, too. Then I came out here to drop the case, and it blew up in my face.
The man you described, could he have been this Sprague?
Yeah, he could have. I didn't ask him. He was half crazy. If he was Sprague and I'd thrown the name at him, he'd have killed me. It was that bad.
Could you describe the gun?
Yeah, it was a cheap revolver. Nickel-plated with a short barrel. Caliber was .32.
You sure of that?
Oh, I guess a smart lawyer could keep me from swearing it was a .32, but it was.
I'll take that.
I got only one definite thing out of him. He said Woodstock was gone. That's all he'd say. Then he put me in the closet. I didn't hear him drive away. I was kicking up some noise getting through that door. But the people in the house where I phoned said they saw the car leave. It's the next house, that way.
I'll check.
Lieutenant Jester.
Yeah.
You better go upstairs. We're shooting up there, too.
Where?
In the hallway toward the back. There's no question about this one. He's dead.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? As a statesman, he showed great strength. He was a defender of religious liberty and continually attempted to strengthen the national unity of the state. He influenced the writing of our Constitution, and with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, wrote the famous Federalist Papers, considered one of the best analyses of the Constitution. He ran for the first United States Senate, but was defeated. Then he served an 8-year term as representative from Virginia. During the War of 1812, when the British attacked Washington, D.C., he and his wife were forced to flee for their lives. If you don't have his name by now, here's one more clue. During his administration, Louisiana and Indiana joined the Union. Who was he? James Madison, 4th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
Right back there, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I see him.
Woodstock? Yeah, let me see. Yeah. That's who it is.
Get some light on in the room, huh?
Yes.
Shot from behind.
There's a gun on the floor, Lieutenant.
Well, that guy told you Woodstock was gone, Dollar.
Well, he couldn't have been more right, could he?
I guess not. Well, let's get out of here until the photographers show up.
By the end of that first day, the description of the man I'd tangled with had been broadcast, along with a possible description of the car he was driving. Celia Woodstock hadn't died, but she hadn't regained consciousness either. I took a hotel room in Bridgeport that night, where I'd be called if and when anything happened. Nothing did. The next morning, I went to the Red Cross Blood Collection Center to talk with a nurse who had recently resigned from the office of Celia Woodstock's friend and/or doctor.
Mr. Clark and Mr. Gibson, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, please.
I'd come in with my mind tossing motives for murder around. Motives of personal greed and selfishness and hate. And it was almost a shock to suddenly face a segment of this country, citizens, old ones, young ones, men and women, quietly going about the business of helping the best way they knew how. I stayed to give my own blood after Janet Squire talked with me, and I knew it would go out of the center in the best of company.
We can go in here, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks. I'm sorry to bother you, Miss Squire, but I was told you were in Dr. Charles Masterson's office until a short time ago.
Yes, that's right.
I'm working with the police on a case. I'd like to learn as much as I can about Mrs. Woodstock.
Well, I'm afraid I know very little. She was a patient of Dr. Masterson's, but other than that, I know nothing.
Her husband seemed to have the idea that she might be more than just a patient.
That there might have been romantic interest between them?
Yeah. Was there?
Not that I know of. I make it a point to do very little prying into other people's affairs, Mr. Dollar.
Sometimes I wish I could. Do you know anything about anyone named Sprague?
Sprague? No, I'm afraid I don't. I'm sorry.
So am I. I hope the results are better when you start working on me. A telephone check with Lieutenant Jester about an hour later added nothing. He'd been in communication with Mexican authorities, but they were unable to come up with any leads on Celia Woodstock or even any proof that she'd been in the Acapulco vicinity 2 years ago when Woodstock told me he had married her. Homicide men were searching the captain's schooner, and they were still working on the name Sprague. I played my last card and went to see Dr. Masterson.
And I was shocked when I read about it. It's tragic. But, Mr. Dollar, I'm sure you realize why my name mustn't be dragged into this.
It won't be if it doesn't belong there, Doctor.
Why, there was absolutely no basis for his suspicion. Whatever made him say anything like that?
He had a detective following her. He had an idea that she came to your office too often.
And why didn't he talk to her?
He did. She said something about a sinus condition and heat treatments.
And that's precisely the truth. I resent your attitude, Mr. Dollar.
Well, that puts us on a par. Your attitude doesn't set so well with me. Keeping your name out of this case isn't as important as clearing it up, no matter what you think.
But I know nothing about it.
Well, you must have talked to the woman. As often as she was here, you must have become fairly well acquainted.
Well, no better acquainted than with most of my patients.
I don't ask for any more. What did she talk about?
Why, the conversations were unimportant. She talked about her travels. They'd come here from Florida to have some work done on their yacht.
Did she talk about her husband?
Yes, occasionally. General things.
Never anything about unhappiness? About leaving him?
No. They were planning on a trip to South America in a few months.
Dr. Masterson, did she ever mention anyone named Sprague?
Sprague? Well, this is one of the strangest things that's happened to me in a long time.
Why?
Well, the last visit Mrs. Woodstock made in the afternoon about a week ago, someone telephoned and asked for a Mrs. Emile Sprague. My nurse and receptionist called in and asked if Mrs. Sprague could answer the phone.
Was the nurse Miss Squire?
No, she had just left me. It was Miss Hall, who didn't know my patients by name. But when Mrs. Woodstock heard the name Sprague, she went into hysterics. I gave her a sedative. When she was calmed, I wanted to ask about what had happened, but, well, I didn't. There was something about her that begged me not to. I decided to wait until she came back, but she never did.
Well, so it's Emil Sprague now.
I'm sorry I was hesitant, Mr. Dollar.
Well, it's in the works now. We'll see what we can make out of it.
How is Mrs. Woodstock?
Still alive. Those chest things are bad, though. Here's how the shooting stacks up so far. She was wounded by 38 caliber slugs. Her husband was killed by 32s. So if you were right on your gun description, the man you ran into killed her husband.
Now, what does that leave us? Woodstock killing his wife?
Well, he was shot from behind while he was going into the upstairs room, apparently chased up there. He had a gun in his hand that he dropped when he was hit. That was the gun we found on the floor, the 38 caliber.
Ballistics hasn't run any comparison test yet.
No, not yet. I'll let you know as soon as we get a report.
Close to 12 that night, the lieutenant phoned me that Mrs. Woodstock was finally responding to treatment and would likely live. I was at the hospital at 12:30, but it wasn't until almost 3 that Lieutenant Jester and I were told that Mrs. Woodstock was conscious and able to answer questions.
Good morning, Mrs. Woodstock. You feeling better? My name is Lieutenant Jester, and this is Mr. Dollar. We're both interested in what happened at your house the other evening.
Mrs. Woodstock, do you understand what we're saying to you? Do you understand?
My husband, Lyle, they told me he was all right. Is he?
Well, he was shot. Did they tell you that?
Yes.
Do you know who did it?
Yes, I know. I was there. I remember.
We wish you'd tell us, Mrs. Woodstock.
Emil Sprague?
Yes. Yes, Emil. No one else was there. He made me go.
Made you go where?
To my house. talk to my husband.
Emil Sprague made you go? Why?
How could he make you go?
Because I'm Mrs. Ann.
You're Mrs. Emil Sprague? You were married to Sprague. Your marriage to him was never ended, but you married Woodstock anyway.
Yes. I was wrong. I lied. I didn't tell him. Then it was money. He wanted money.
Sprague did.
Yes. I didn't know where he was. In Mexico. I had to get away. And I married my husband. That's all that matters.
I'm afraid it isn't.
Sprague followed you here.
In Florida. I begged him not to.
That $2,000 you drew from your bank.
I gave it to him. But it wasn't enough. He made me stay with him. He made me go with him for more money. And my husband, I tried to make him understand. He wouldn't. He blamed me, called me things. Went to the drawer. Why didn't he shoot him? Instead of me.
Are you sure of that? Woodstock shot you?
Going to the drawer. I remember. Turning around with a gun. That's all.
Huh. Do you know where Sprague would go?
Back to Florida.
Well, we don't think so. We've got a good description of him and the car he was driving. We think he's still in Bridgeport someplace.
You said you were with him. Where?
We had a room on Commercial Street, 713.
Is it a rooming house?
No, a big building. An apartment.
Which one is Sprague's?
It's number 12 on the second floor.
Does he have a phone in the room?
Yes. Elmwood 42132.
Thank you. We won't bother you anymore.
Thanks, Mrs. Woodstock.
I want to help my husband. I'll do anything I can. I want him to know that.
We'll tell him, Mrs. Woodstock.
Lieutenant. The men should be set at the back of the building.
All right, Sergeant. You'll go on with me. It's that corner room up there. There's a door to another room right across from his, so we want to keep him from firing if we can. All right, let's go across.
Good luck. Lieutenant! The window! He's onto us. He's been watching at the window. I saw him move.
Well, we better see what you can do on the phone then, Dollar.
Phone? We thought if you couldn't catch him off guard, we'd try and talk him out.
And there's a payphone in the hallway. His room's just to the right at the top of the stairs there.
That phone is right in line from up there.
Now we'll cover him. Okay, Dollar, if you're ready.
He won't answer.
It's ringing.
I didn't hear it upstairs.
He'll do something with it. Hello. Hello, Sprague?
Yeah?
We just got a complete statement from Mrs. Woodstock. Your blackmail, the works.
She's alive?
Yeah, she's gonna make it.
I thought she was dead. I saw her fall. I killed him because I thought she was dead. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have killed him. I should have found out.
You should have done a lot of things. What we want you to do right now is give yourself up without any trouble. Every door in the building is covered by police. We want you to come out of your room and down the stairs with your hands out where we can see them. Do you understand that? Are you listening to me? Come on, Sprague. Come on out and make it easy for...
Stairs. Look out! Down, Dollar! Stay there, Sergeant. Be careful.
It's all right. Sprague? Sprague? He's dead, Lieutenant.
Sergeant?
Yes, sir?
I'll go phone in. Keep the people away as best you can.
Expense account item 2, $45, miscellaneous, hotel, meals, etc. Expense account total, $73.60. Remarks? I understand the lawyers for the Woodstock estate are already measuring ways and means to cut the bigamous wife out of the estate. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Gil Dowd with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Howard McNear, Victor Rodman, Ken Christie, Virginia Gregg, Bill Conrad, Edgar Barrier, and Jim Nusser. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
As Johnny Dollar.
Jim Bates, Johnny.
Oh, hiya, Jim.
Johnny, when a chief of police gets shot and killed, what would you say is the most likely reason for it?
Well, most likely because he's a chief of police.
Right. Only I've got a hunch on this one.
Like what, Jim?
The insured the chief was middle-aged, shot to death with his own gun in his own house. The beneficiary, his wife, is 27. They've been married 8 months. The policy's been in force 7 months. The face value is $50,000. And the wife filed a claim on it only 24 hours after he was killed.
Well, fast girl. She didn't waste any time.
What do you think, Johnny?
Same thing you do. Maybe I'd better look into it.
How about taking a minute or so to talk about seals and fish that have some connection with the government of the United States? Now, that isn't as strange as it sounds. You take the matter of seals, for example. There are 2 types of seals that are the responsibility of the Secretary of State. First, there's the Great Seal of the United States, which is stamped on all official documents. The Secretary of State makes sure it's always on hand when it's needed. The other kind of seals he takes care of are the ones that swim in the ocean, since it's up to the Secretary to work out agreements with representatives of other countries and let them know how many seals can be caught in what is called international waters and when. The Secretary of State works out similar deals for the catching of fish and lobsters because these agreements are actually treaties. Before they can be put into effect, they have to be approved by 2/3 of the Senate. As a matter of fact, any time our government wants to work out a deal with a foreign country on trade, mutual assistance, fish, seals, or lobsters, it's done by treaty. And all treaties are signed by the President, though some of them aren't drawn up until after the Secretary of State has worked over the rough spots in order to pave the way for prompt ratification. So, just remember, the Secretary of State is a mighty important wheel in the machinery of your United States government.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Commonwealth Mutual Assurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Dan Frank matter. Expense account item 1, $76.40. Transportation to the Great Lakes town of Middleborough and taxi to the home of Dan Frank, former chief of police, now deceased. It was a rambling 2-story house, well-trimmed hedges, smooth lawn, quiet neighborhood, good place to live. and the last place you'd think of as a setting for murder. I was halfway up the walk when a man came out the front door, down the steps, and then stopped and waited for me, rocking on his heels.
A copper. I can tell him a block away. You're a copper, right?
Wrong.
Private eye, maybe?
Oh, you're getting warmer. Insurance investigator.
Insurance. That's what I just asked her about, and she threw me out. Said I was drunk. She was right. I am. Usually am. A little bit. Pete Parker, Daily Herald.
Johnny Dollar. Glad to know you.
Insurance. He had some or you wouldn't be here. And who gets it? Laura, of course, his ever-loving little wife. Only question left, how much?
No comment.
I like you, Johnny. You don't talk too much. I do. Let me give you a little advice. Watch yourself.
Meaning what?
This town, it looks sleepy, dead. Don't let it fool you. It's wide open. Rackets, everything. A guy could get hurt.
What about Dan Frank? Was he in on these rackets?
Johnny, the police chief here gets $6,000 a year. Take a look at that house. Go in and take a look at Laura. Even more expensive. Dan was in.
He's out now, though. Be seeing you, Pete.
Right, do that. I'm always around. Pete Parker, that drunk that works for the Herald. Ask anybody.
Well... Mrs. Franks?
Yes?
Johnny Dollar is my name. I'm representing the insurance company.
Oh, come in, Mr. Dollar. I hardly expected them to pay so promptly.
I'm not here to pay you, Mrs. Frank. I'm an investigator. The company wants a little more information about your husband's death.
Why? I told them everything in the claim I sent.
I know, but there are always a few
They're
details.
trying to get out of it. I know how those companies operate.
Oh, you've had experience with them before?
No, of course I haven't, but... What information? What is it you want to know, Mr. Dollar?
Well, how it happened, for one thing.
Right here. This is where he fell. His gun was laying beside him. Someone had taken it from the table there by the door and waited for him to come down the stairs.
Middle of the night, wasn't it? Why did he come downstairs?
I'd heard a noise. I woke him up and he came down to see about it.
Were the lights on?
Not down here. I turned on the hall light upstairs and then the shots. 4 or 5 of them. Someone ran out the front door.
And got away without being seen?
Yes.
Who do you think that someone was, Mrs. Frank?
I don't know. Dan had a lot of enemies, of course, because of his job, but I
Now,
don't...
what about his friends? You suppose they could have done it?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, who were his friends? Who heads up the rackets here in Middleborough?
What racket?
Okay. Without your cooperation, though, it's going to take a lot longer to get this settled.
Tell me something. Does the insurance company think I'm the one who killed him?
Well, I think 24 hours is pretty fast for a grief-stricken widow to shoot a claim into the office.
I'm not grief-stricken, Mr. Dollar.
So I've noticed.
You go see Max Bealey. Talk to him,
Max Bealey?
the city attorney. Get his story before you jump to conclusions. See if he thinks I'm guilty.
All right, I will.
Then we'll talk. Afterward. Maybe I'll even cooperate. Maybe you will be a little nicer to me.
Sure, I'll tell you why she sent you to me. So I could tell you she didn't kill him, that she couldn't possibly have killed him.
Why not, Mr. Bealey? Late at night, the two of them alone in the house, the chief shot with his own gun. That mysterious prowler story has been used before.
Yeah, I know. But you're wrong about one thing. They weren't alone in the house. I was there.
Oh?
You see, Dan and I were leaving early in the morning on a fishing trip, so I was staying all night. I woke up and heard somebody in the hall outside my room. About the time I opened the door, Laura snapped on the hall lights. Just then, the shots blasted downstairs. She was standing in the door of her room, not 10 feet away. She couldn't have done it.
No, apparently not. She sure couldn't have had a better alibi, the city attorney himself. Were you and Dan Frank good friends, Mr. Bealey?
No, we didn't have much use for each other.
Well, then why were you...
I know. I was spending the night in his house, and we were going fishing together. You're thinking maybe I needed that alibi as much as Laura does.
Well, it does work both ways, Mr. Beatty.
No motive.
Laura could be a motive. She's a beautiful girl. A lot younger than her husband, I understand. About your age, in fact.
Again. I know her too well. Sure, she's a knockout, wild honeysuckle and a handful of stars, but inside there's a little cash register bell, and when you put money in, it rings real pretty. And when you don't, nothing. Dan found out.
Is that why he got mixed up with the rackets here?
Sure, he needed dough. You do get around, don't you? Who told you there were any rackets here?
Max, I wonder if you'd go over that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you.
Oh, come on in, Commissioner. This is Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator. He's checking into Dan's killing.
A terrible loss.
Commissioner Corbett, Mr. Dollar.
How do you do?
How are you?
If there's any way at all we can help, Mr. Dollar, just speak out. The entire facilities of City Hall are completely at your disposal, sir.
Well, thanks, Commissioner. Just what is the theory on the shooting?
Find Eddie Sales and you've got the killer.
Eddie Sales?
And Chief Frank sent him up a couple of years ago. Eddie swore he'd get him if it was the last thing he did. Eddie was paroled last week. Seen here in town the morning before the killing. Hasn't been seen since. We've combed the town for a week. No luck.
Well, it seems to add up. Would Mrs. Frank know anything about the rackets her husband was tied up with?
Rackets? Why, that's...
No, Commissioner. He's been talking to people. Found out our fair city's not as lily white as it looks.
Oh. Well, then there's no point in trying to cover it up. It's true, Mr. Dollar. Unpleasant as it is to admit it.
Any idea who's back of them?
Not enough to talk about. If I did, I'd be talking about it in court.
Find Eddie Sales, Mr. Dollar. That's the key to both the killing and the rackets. Find Eddie, and you can wind this up in 10 minutes.
Expense account item 2, $1.50. Taxi from City Hall back to my hotel. I kept trying to make sense out of what I'd learned, but got nowhere. Everybody blamed Eddie Sales, the ex-con with a grudge. Only Eddie wasn't around. Thanks. Well, I still wasn't any closer to an answer when I got out at the hotel. I watched the taxi pull away and then started across the walk toward the entrance. It was Laura Frank, parked at the curb a few yards away.
I've been waiting for you, Johnny.
Oh, have you?
I wanted to talk to you. Why don't you get in?
Okay.
Did you talk to Max?
Yeah. He gives you a pretty strong alibi.
I could have told you myself, but you'd have checked with him anyway.
Yeah, I imagine I would have.
You're not being any nicer, Johnny.
Is that what you wanted to talk about?
Maybe. I'm ready to be nicer.
Oh? And how about cooperative?
That too, Johnny.
And tell me why you didn't mention Eddie Sales when I talked to you earlier.
Why should I? I don't know that it was Eddie. I suppose it was. Everybody's sure of it. But I don't know it was him.
I see.
Forget him, Johnny. If the police can't find him when they know the town inside out, it's the Flint shooting.
Get down, quick. Are you all right?
Yes, I guess I am. Why, Johnny? Why would they want to kill you?
How do you know it was me they were shooting at?
No.
Something to think about, isn't it? Do you feel any more cooperative?
I've got to get out of here, Johnny. I'll talk to you later. I've got to get out of here.
Waiter?
Yes, sir?
Another scotch and soda. How about you, Johnny?
Well, thanks, Pete. Not right now.
Oh, I forgot to ask. How did you find me?
Called the paper. They gave me the names of 3 bars. I was lucky on the first try.
A reputation is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Well, Johnny, what else you want to know?
More about Laura Frank?
Why? She's got an alibi.
I know.
And somebody tried to knock her off a couple of hours ago.
Not necessarily. She could have been setting me up for that one.
Possible.
Huh?
There you are, sir.
Oh, thanks. Laura Frank hates champagne, but always orders it. It costs more. A pink and gold doll and spangled tights. A 4-star tramp. Ex-dancer at the Cosmo Club. Ex-girlfriend of Eddie Sales until Dan...
Girlfriend of Eddie Sales?
Oh, sure. Sure, hadn't you heard about it? That's why Eddie swore he'd get Dan. Claimed he was being framed. Maybe he was. Maybe Laura suggested it to Dan. Eddie had done all he could for her by then.
Why do you hate her, Pete?
It's quite the contrary, Johnny. I'm in love with her. Always will be. She was my girl before she met Eddie Sales. Oh, waiter. It's a screwy case any way you look at it, Johnny. That gun, for instance. I guess you heard?
No. What about it?
Well, they found it lying beside Dan's body. His own gun. So, of course, they assumed he shot it out with the killer. It was 2 days before the lab woke up and realized he'd been shot with his own gun. Hadn't used it at all.
Excuse me, Mr. Parker. There's a call for you. I'll plug the phone in here.
Oh, thanks.
There you are, sir.
Pete Parker. What? Oh, yeah, sure, I'll cover it. Oh, yeah, right away. It's a 3-alarm fire, Johnny. Laura Frank's place. Flames 50 feet high. They can't get inside.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? The son of a president, he served his country as diplomat, lawmaker, and Secretary of State before becoming president himself. His excellence as a speaker won for him the nicknames of Old Man Eloquent and the Walking Vocabulary. In his first message to Congress as president in 1824, he recommended a program of national improvements, including the building of highways, canals, a national university, and federal weather observatories. He was also responsible for the Smithsonian Institute. If you don't have his name by now, here are 2 more clues. During his presidency, the Erie Canal was completed, and the first passenger railroad was built. Who was he? John Quincy Adams, 6th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account item 3, $6.20. Refreshments for Pete Parker of the Daily Herald. And taxi to Laura Frank's house in the suburbs. Marked now by a pillar of flames visible for blocks. The whole outside shell of the house was blazing, and the firemen couldn't do much of anything but try to keep it from spreading and hold back the crowd that had collected on the street and lawn.
It's terrible, Mr. Dollar. Simply terrible. A total loss.
Yeah, it looks that way.
So what about Laura, Commissioner? Where's Laura Frank? Oh, she's all right, Pete. Got out before it really caught. She's over there in the car with Max Feely.
Where? Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see you later, Commissioner. You coming, Pete?
Yeah, right with you. A terrible thing. Just terrible.
Pardon me, please. Come on, let us through, please. Pardon us, please. Come on.
Johnny, you were right. It was me they were after, and now they've tried again.
Yeah, could be. Oh, hiya, Mr. Bealey.
Well, another one for you, Mr. Dollar. The house is insured, too.
Oh, it was awful. I came home and lay down on the sofa, and I guess I dropped off to sleep. I woke up with flames all around me. I was just lucky to get out.
You've always been lucky, Laura.
See, I can get along without any remarks from you.
Sure you can, baby. You're getting along real fine. Too bad the car wasn't in the garage. Then all your assets will be converted to cash. Nice, green, bloody cash.
Shut up, you drunken fool. Go away from here and leave me alone.
Why? You can afford me now.
Get out. Get out of here.
Hey, take it easy, both of you.
I'm sorry. Lost my head.
How do you figure, Mr. Dollar? I mean the fire. Eddie Sales?
Well, it kind of looks that way. He got Dan Frank a week ago and came back and tried for Laura tonight.
Where the devil's he been hiding out, though? I've gone over this town foot by foot.
Hard to tell. That came from the house. Ammunition, maybe. The chief probably has some...
There's somebody coming out by the cellar door.
He's carrying a gun.
Look, he's fallen on the ground. Come on.
How can anybody come out of that alive? Let's get him turned over. Come on. Easy now.
Good Lord.
You know him?
It's the boy we've been looking for, Mr. Dollar. Eddie Sales.
Well, I don't know. I can't promise anything, gentlemen. That shot may bring him to for a few minutes, or it may not. He's badly burned.
What are his chances of coming through it alive, Dr. Redmond?
Not 1 in 1,000, Commissioner. He may hang on for a day or two, and he might become conscious for a short while and be able to talk. But as far as pulling through, not a chance, really.
Well, there's no point in me staying here any longer. If he does talk, you can get his statement, Max. Good night, gentlemen.
Thank you,
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, the whole answer, Mr. Dollar. Right there on that bed. And we may never find out what it was.
I can't figure those shots. He fired them before he came out of the blaze. He wasn't trying to shoot anyone, apparently.
He couldn't even see anyone, burned the way he was.
I'm going up to the dispensary and get some more plasma. I'll be back in a few minutes.
But how do you figure it, Johnny? That Eddie started the fire?
Well, there's no other way to figure it, Pete. But if he did, it's funny he got caught in his own trap.
Yeah, he started it all right. And he shot Dan. Now he's paying for it. But it looks like we're not going to find out who's behind the racket.
Hey, wait a second. He's trying to say something.
Who double-crossed you, Eddie? Hey, Eddie, can you hear me?
No. Well, he still can't make it.
That may be as close as he'll ever come. I'll get it. Hello? Oh, yeah. Just a second. To you, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, thanks. Johnny Dollar.
Me, Johnny.
Oh?
I've got to talk to you. Right away.
All right, talk.
Not on the phone, Johnny. I'm across the street from the hospital. It's an all-night lunchroom. Can you come over here?
I guess so.
Right away?
Yeah, right away. So long. Pete.
Yeah, Johnny.
That was Laura. She wants me to meet her across the street. Stay here and keep an eye on things, will you, Pete?
Sure, go ahead.
Here, Johnny. Over here in the booth.
Now, what's in your mind, Mrs. Frank?
Sit down, Johnny. Come on.
Thanks. You had to talk to me right away. Well?
Look at me, Johnny. I'm not so bad, am I?
In looks, you mean? Oh, no. Well, you're a pink and gold doll. A handful of stars. That's what a couple of guys said today. And I guess it fits.
I don't care what a couple of guys said. What do you say, Johnny?
You look great, Mrs. Frank. Terrific. Now, if you'll excuse me...
No, wait. Johnny, I'm in the clear on this. You know that. The night my husband was killed, I've got an alibi nobody could shake, right?
Well, I'm convinced that you didn't pull the trigger, if that's what you mean.
And you could convince the insurance company, too, if you would. We could have this over and settled.
Yeah, they'd go pretty much on my report.
Why don't you be nice and turn in a real good report?
Well, we get some answers first, Mrs. Frank. Straighten out some of the coincidences. Like the fact that you heard the noise and woke up. That you sent Chief Frank downstairs. And you turned on the upstairs light behind him and made a perfect target out of him. Let's hear what Eddie Sales has to say before I file a report.
Suppose Eddie dies without talking.
Well, in that case, you probably will be in the clear. And now, if you'll excuse
Johnny,
me...
I'll give you $10,000. Make that report. Now.
You are anxious, aren't you?
I just want to get it settled and out of the way.
Pete.
Johnny, one of the firemen I know just came by the hospital. They found out why Eddie Sales fired those shots. The cellar door was padlocked on the outside. He shot the lock off to get out.
And Eddie didn't set the fire. He was locked in the basement. So he was the one who was supposed to die in it. Right, Mrs. Frank?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What did you want to see me about, Johnny?
See you about.
Oh, yeah, you just phoned the hospital and said to come right over here, that you wanted to see me.
Come on, Pete. Let's get back over there. That's why she wanted to talk to me, to get me away from that room.
Oh, the elevator's coming down now.
Eddie's the big threat. If he comes to and knows he's finished, he'll probably talk his head off.
Here it is.
We get there before... Well, leaving, Mr. Bealey?
Yeah, somebody phoned. The commissioner wants me to meet him across the street.
Is there anybody up there with Eddie?
Well, no, not right now. The doctor will be back in a few minutes, though.
Come on.
Look, I've got to meet the
Shut the
commissioner.
doors, Pete.
Oh, what's going on here? Look, I haven't got time to go back upstairs.
I think you'd better take time, Mr. Bealey.
Well, it's all right. Eddie wasn't showing any signs of coming to.
I'll bet he wasn't.
All right, let's go.
Now, look, you mind letting me in on this, Mr. Dollar?
Let's go down to that room and take a look at Eddie first.
What happened to that policeman they had on duty?
I was here in the hall when I left. He might have walked down to the... Did you leave that door open, Mr. Bealey?
I know.
Come on.
What the devil?
Are we interrupting anything, Commissioner?
What are you doing with that pillow?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
You were holding it down over Eddie's face. You were trying... He's dead. You smothered him.
He was dead when I came in. I was just moving the pillow.
Did you have to get us all out of the hospital and send the police guard away just to move a pillow?
Mr. Dollar, surely you're not suggesting that...
Well, I'm suggesting it. Call it I've known for a year that you were back of the rackets here, but I didn't have any way of proving it.
Until now? Is that what you mean, Max? Hold it right where you are.
That gun isn't your answer, Commissioner. There are three of us, and you can't get us all.
Stay back, Dollar.
Why did you have Dan Frank killed? He was one of your boys.
I can tell you, Mr. Dollar. Dan was going to pull out, spill the whole business, give me names and facts. That was the reason for the fishing trip. Laura must have tipped off Corbett. Eddie Sales was in town and already had a grudge against the chief. It was real convenient.
That's right, Max. Real convenient.
Then Eddie hid out in the basement of Laura's house until she decided she'd feel safer if he were dead. Until she locked the basement door and burned the house down tonight.
Laura was a weak link. That's why we tried to knock her off this afternoon.
Come on, you better give me the gun, Corbett.
Stay back.
You better do as he says, Commissioner.
I'm warning you, Dollar. Don't come any closer. Stay where you are, or I'll... Let go of it. Stop it. Let go of it.
Watch it. He's making for the window.
Hit him off, Pete.
You'll never stop me from...
He got out of being prosecuted.
We don't have any defendants left, Max.
Laura.
Eddie Sales is dead, Commissioner Corbett, and Dan, too. No witnesses and nobody to prosecute.
He still has you, Mrs. Frank. Accomplice to murder.
Johnny, no witnesses.
She's right, Mr. Dollar. I couldn't build a case against her.
With this, you can.
With what?
Well, she intended it to be an insurance claim, but it's actually a confession. All signed and witnessed.
What are you talking about?
It's all filled out with a complete story of what happened. It says, we found my husband's body at the foot of the stairs. He'd been shot and killed with his own gun.
Mr. Dollar, I don't quite see what...
This claim was in the main office of the insurance company less than 24 hours after Dan Frank was killed. But the police didn't find out he'd been shot with his own gun until 2 days later. How did you know it, Mrs. Frank? Expense account item 4, $110.80. Hotel, incidentals, and transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $194.90. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as...
Johnny Dollar.
Ralph Wheaton again, Johnny. I'm glad I caught you before you left.
Oh, there's almost 2 hours before my plane leaves. What's on your mind?
Another cable came in from Manila just now. The amount taken in the burglary is roughly $75,000.
That's dollars and not pesos?
Dollars. And they mentioned that a clerk has dropped out of sight.
Oh, a native?
An American. His name is Blake. Daniel Blake.
Blake. All right.
Well, that's all so far. What's your hotel in Manila? Do you know yet?
Yeah, the Hotel Tondo.
Tondo. Good. I'll get word to you there if I learn anything you can use. Good luck on the trip.
Hi, fellas. Care to join me in a quick look at the past? Okay, here goes. Back around 1890, Charles Dudley Warner, who was editor of the Hartford Courant, wrote in an editorial, "Everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it." Well, maybe no one did in 1890, but someone definitely has since then. Our United States weatherman. He's quite a busy gentleman who works for the Department of Commerce. His job is to read thermometers, barometers, anemometers, and other assorted meters which forecast weather conditions so the rest of us will know what to plan or what not to plan, like hanging out the wash or going to a baseball game. Information about weather conditions is also given to aircraft pilots and ship captains so they can plan their flights or cruises accordingly. Of course, they need more than just weather data, and the Commerce Department gives them what they need. For the pilots, the department issues aviation charts and maps and sees to it that air markers are laid out so that the pilots can find their way easily and safely. For the ship captains, the Commerce Department issues nautical charts and tide tables to indicate when and where it will be safe to navigate their ships. The department also inspects the ships to see that they're in perfect operating condition and issues licenses for the operating of the ships. So the next time you look up at the sky and wonder what kind of a day it's going to be, the thought might also cross your mind that many lives and valuable cargo carried by American planes and ships are depending on the United States weatherman who is also looking at the sky.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Columbia All Risk Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Woodward, Manila matter. Expense account item 1, $1,188.75. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Manila.
Passenger Dollar from the incoming Pan American flight number 103. Will you go to the ticket office, please? Passenger Dollar from the incoming Pan American flight number 103, please. Will you go to the ticket office?
Yes, sir. My name is Dollar. I was being paid.
Oh, yes. These gentlemen are waiting for you. This is Mr. Dollar, sir.
Oh, yes. I'm Floyd McDonald, Mr. Dollar, local manager for the Woodward Company.
Oh, how are you?
And this is Mr. Irving Morgan, my assistant.
Mr. Morgan?
Glad to meet you. I've made arrangements to have your luggage sent on to your hotel if you'd like to do it that way. And Irving and I can drive you right in.
Oh, fine. This is very nice of you.
Well, I know how it is. At least I don't want to bother with details after a long flight like that.
If you will give me your luggage check, sir.
Oh, yeah. I have them right here.
Thank you.
Well, that's all, I think. The car's right outside. We can give you the details of the burglary on the way in.
Flight 11.
McDonald told me very little that I didn't already know. The store he managed, one of Manila's largest hardware stores, was part of the American-owned Woodward chain. He discovered the loss of the $75,000 himself on Monday morning when he'd entered his office and found the safe open.
Naturally, I feel very badly about it, but everything that can be done is being done.
Well, I don't know who the main office is blaming it on, but I think you'll find that Floyd and I were anything but careless. Well, we've got 5 years without a loss behind us to prove that.
Were you in the habit of keeping that much money in your office safe?
Well, it wasn't my idea, nor to my liking. It was because of a company rule. They were worried about conditions on this side of the Pacific and ordered us to stop banking our cash here. Instead of the usual yearly transfer, our money has been going to the States once a month.
I didn't save much this time. No. Now, what about this clerk, Dan Blake?
Oh, don't get me started on him.
Now, there's nothing proved yet, Irving.
Now, what's it going to take to open your eyes, Floyd?
We don't agree on just what to think about Dan, Mr. Dollar. In spite of the circumstances, I find it almost impossible to believe that Dan would do this to me.
Well, could he have done it?
Of course he could. He had access to the office.
Yes, that's true, but I can't forget that he was a very good friend of mine. He was like a son to me.
Was he in any trouble that you know of? Owe any money?
I hadn't heard of anything.
Well, he's been out of sight 4 days now. What kind of a search has been made for him?
I understand the police have been working very hard. They classify him as the chief suspect, too.
But you got to realize that the Philippines aren't like the States, Dollar. It's not hard to drop out of sight here. It's a big world.
Yeah, I know. I just watched a lot of it pass by. Well, as soon as my luggage arrives and I can get into a fresh suit, I'll contact the police and see what they've got. Expense account item 2, $350, including tip. A pitcher of gimlets delivered to my room. While I waited for my baggage to arrive, I relaxed in front of a window. My hotel was 2 blocks back from Manila's Great Bay, in a section called El Puerto. And from my room, I could see enough of the Orient and the native craft working the harbor to give even a hardware store burglary an atmosphere of intrigue. Expense account item 3, 80 cents, cab fare to police headquarters, where I was shunted into a side office to wait for the sergeant in charge of the Woodward case. He finally showed up.
Sergeant Malvar, you wait for me?
Yes, my name is Dollar.
I know. You come to talk of my burglary. You're a policeman?
No, not quite. I've been hired by an insurance company to learn what I can about it. Have you gotten any place with your search for Dan Blake?
Dan Blake? No, I don't look for him now.
You don't?
No. I have captured the thief.
Oh? Oh, who is it?
Miguel Nazaleda.
You've recovered the money?
He will not say where it is yet, but he will say tomorrow, maybe.
Well, what evidence do you have, Sergeant?
He cannot say where he was that night of the burglary.
Is that all?
He is by profession a thief. He was arrested while he was robbing another store last night.
Uh-huh. Does he speak English?
Oh, yes.
I wonder if I could see him. Maybe I could get him to talk.
All right. You come with me. You don't stay long. Only 5 minutes.
That's good enough. Miguel?
Who are you? Why you come here?
How old are you, Miguel?
50.
Where do you work?
No work. I get hurt in bombing. No work.
Do you have any children?
See. 2 daughters.
Where do they work? Does either one work at the Woodward hardware store?
Work in prison. Both work in prison.
Sergeant Malvar says that you stole some money from the Woodward store.
No.
You make it easier for yourself if you tell the truth and give up the money.
I don't got money. If I got money, then why I steal 5 pesos from auto place? Why? You tell police why. If I got lots of money, why I steal a little more? Why? Because I don't got lots of money.
Well, that's good enough for me, Miguel. Sorry I took up your time.
You don't stay long.
I think he wants to sleep.
What would he say to you?
That he didn't do it.
Bah.
And that if he has, you wouldn't have caught him stealing 5 pesos because he wouldn't have needed it.
He needed a kick in the head for his life.
Do you have any connection between him and the Woodward place?
He told you he got 2 daughters in prison?
Yeah, he did.
He lies. They come out, but they don't go back to him because he steals their money.
Oh. The daughters have connection with Woodward?
Connection? If we need connection, we find one, all right. Tomorrow, maybe.
I had an idea Sergeant Malvar's philosophy reasoned that it was a lot easier to grill the prisoner than it would be to continue the search for Blake. But I left him to his own devices and cabbed to the Woodward store. I was told that neither Floyd McDonald nor Morgan were in, but that a secretary would help me.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Dollar? I knew that you were coming out. My name is Charlotte Page. Floyd McDonald is my uncle. He had to go out to Ermita, but can I help you?
Well, I wanted to look at the office to find out where the safe was.
Oh, I can show you. Mr. Dollar, I know you've been here only a little while, but have you learned anything?
Well, not much, but all of it looks bad for Dan Blake.
Oh, I can't believe it. I just can't believe that Dan would do a thing like this.
How well did you know him?
Evidently not well at all if he stole the money. We're the same age. We found something in common working here together. I've had dinner with him occasionally and gone to the beach.
Do you know if he was in any kind of trouble? Deaths or anything?
Well, no. I thought he was very happy and comfortable here. Seemed to be.
Where's his safe now?
Oh, it's under the rug in the desk. You have to lift the corner of the rug.
He knew where it was?
Oh, yes. Everybody trusted him. He's been here for years.
Did he know the combination?
I don't think so. Uncle Floyd handled the cash.
Or could he have memorized it?
I don't know that either. I hadn't given him a thought.
Well, I guess we can put the rug back. I forgot to get his address from the police. Do you happen to know what it is?
Well, I've forgotten. It's on, San Pollock. Well, I can find it on the payroll. It'll be right here. Be too easy to find him there, wouldn't it, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, much too easy. But I might pick up a crumb or two.
Oh, here it is. 307 San Pollock Street.
307. Thanks. Tell Mr. McDonald I was here, would you please, and that I'll be in touch tomorrow? There was a fair biography of Dan Blake in his rooms. I learned that he was born in Duluth, Minnesota, 26 years ago, that his father wrote him occasionally, that he'd sailed with the Merchant Marine during the war and had made a few inter-island trips after that. I made a list of the places he'd visited, but that was all I could do for that day. It wasn't until the next morning that I went to police headquarters and waited again for Sergeant Malvar.
Oh, you come back again. We do very good without your help.
Well, pardon me, I don't want to butt in. I just wondered if you knew that Dan Blake spent a lot of time learning these islands.
Oh?
Did you know that he spent some time in San Jose, on Mindoro, and on Marinduque, and in Palo and Leyte?
I did not know.
Well, I might pay you to check those places. There are more, too. From here, clear down to Mindanao.
The search is finished.
What do you mean?
Dan Blake has been found. He was adrift in a dugout in Tayabas Bay. He was taken aboard the ship, and then he died.
What killed him?
He was shot many times.
Well, what about the money?
It has not been found. Not yet.
Yeah, sure. But maybe tomorrow.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? As a boy, his general health was bad. But as a man, he was a dynamo of energy. He was only 42 when he became president, the youngest man ever to hold that position. His administration was a fairly untroubled one. There was still no income tax. Other taxes were comparatively low. And the United States was in a peaceful era. Conservation of our natural resources was one of his greatest concerns as president. And in 1902, he signed a bill putting the Reclamation Act into action. If you don't have his name by now, here's one more important clue. During his administration, work was begun on the Panama Canal. Who was he? Theodore Roosevelt, 26th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
Sergeant Malvar, Manila Police, was again taking his inimitable approach to a subject, believing what he wanted to believe. When I asked him how he knew the body was that of Dan Blake, he told me the ship captain who had picked him up said so. And how did he know? Well, the man had mentioned the name before he died. That was all. And it wasn't enough for me. I put in a call for Floyd McDonald, the Woodward Company manager, and asked him to meet me at police headquarters for identification.
When did this develop, Dollar, and why wasn't I notified?
Nobody was notified, Mr. McDonald. Sergeant Malvar was playing it close to his chest.
Where is this Sergeant Malvar?
He didn't tell me where he was going. He left word that we could look at the body and then left. My name is Dollar, Corporal.
See, you go in.
Thanks. I know this is unpleasant, but we have to find out.
Good Lord.
Is this Dan Blake?
Yes. Yes, it's Dan. Cover him up, please. Where did they find him?
In a dugout canoe. Someplace called Tayabas Bay, I think.
Yes, Tayabas Bay, southwest of here. Who found him?
A man by the name of Kovar. He's the captain of an inter-island schooner.
Could we leave here?
Sure.
What happened? Do you know?
Well, not firsthand. He'd been shot in the back 4 times. He was alive for a short time after Captain Kovar picked him up. And the money hasn't been found.
I see. Then there's no explanation yet.
Well, not that I know of. The schooner is anchored offshore just south of the Pasig River. You know where that is?
Yes. You're going out to the ship?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to this Kovar. I guess I can hire a boat to take me out there.
Well, I'll drive you down to the docks. As a matter of fact, I'd like to go with you.
Oh, it's a good idea if you have the time.
I'll take the time. That's my car. There.
That must be the boat.
The Sea Nymph, is that the name?
Yeah, that's it. Skipper? Skipper, that's the one there. Sea Nymph. That's a little precious for a wreck like that, isn't it?
Some are even worse. I don't know how they stay afloat. There's somebody on deck.
What do you want?
Are you Captain Kovar?
That's right.
We want to talk to you about that body you brought in.
You the police?
No, this man is Mr. McDonald. Dan Blake works for him.
Hey, Cabra, get a line on the showboat. Okay, come on aboard. I'll put the ladder over here. Watch it. You get quite a pitch today.
Now, my name is Dollar, Captain. I'm working on the burglary for an insurance company.
Come on in the cabin. I'd like to learn about that burglary. All that police sergeant will tell me is that I got the money and I better give it to him. That'll take some doing. Now, take the chairs, you two. I'll take the bunk. Now, what about all this?
Well, there's a little over $75,000 missing.
He didn't have anything when I picked him up.
He was in a dugout canoe, huh?
That's right. Looked like a Moro craft to me. Oh, I see what you mean. It was empty. I looked it over.
How long did he live?
15, 20 minutes, maybe not that long. I don't think taking him aboard did any good, but I didn't know the shape he was in.
Did he say anything about the shooting?
Nothing I could understand.
What did he say?
I told you I couldn't understand. Just some noise.
Oh, but you were able to understand his name.
You're beginning to sound like that police sergeant, mister. I don't like that. I thought I was doing right when I brought that boy
Now,
in.
wait a minute, Captain.
We should have left him there. Police right now are getting papers to search my ship. Now you start.
I'm not making any accusations. You were the last person to see him alive. I'm interested in what he said.
He said Blake. That's all I could understand. I tell you the truth, I wish I'd left him there. But you know what I think?
What?
If he went from Manila to someplace on Tayabas Bay where he had his dugout, plenty could happen. That's about 60 miles. There's still a lot of trouble with the Huts these days. They don't think twice when they get the chance to kill an American. $75,000, so much the better.
What do you think, Mr. McDonald?
Well, it's certainly a possibility.
I didn't bother questioning the crew. I knew that Sergeant Malvar, if he hadn't already, would take care of that when he returned to search the schooner. I spent the rest of the morning and part of the afternoon in routine legwork on the case, and at 4 o'clock I got the sergeant's report. He hadn't found the money. However, my legwork had uncovered an interesting point. Floyd McDonald was up to his neck in personal debts. I didn't think of the point, so I waited until his assistant, Irving Morgan, had gotten to his home. Good evening, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, hello. Oh, I've been thinking about you. Come on in.
Thanks.
How's it going?
Well, it's hard to tell.
What I hear, that money's gone for good.
Did McDonald tell you that?
Yeah, isn't that right?
Maybe, but it's occurred to me that these Hucks could be pretty handy people to have around.
I don't get you.
Well, when a killing outside the city can't be explained any other way, it's marked off to the Hucks.
Well, you don't think they shot Blake?
Well, I'm not as sure of it as everybody else seems to be.
Well, just what do you mean, Mr. Dollar?
How much did you know about McDonald's personal life?
Why, I see him socially, if that's what you mean. We're good friends.
Does he owe you any money?
Well, it seems to me that's a very personal question.
Well, I have to ask that kind once in a while. I've learned that McDonald owes a lot of money to a lot of people. 1,000 here, 1,500 there. Loans, gambling debt.
He'd be ruined if this became common knowledge, Mr. Dollar. He'd lose his position, everything.
How far do you think McDonald would go to save himself?
Are you telling me you think Floyd arranged this theft?
Well, it's something to think about.
And killed Blake? Oh, no, he didn't.
You're sure?
Why, he couldn't have. He's not that kind of man. He's desperate, yes, but he'd never do a thing like that.
Would he be at home now?
No, I don't think so. It's only 7. He usually has dinner at the club.
What club?
The Merchants Club. Oh, Mr. Dollar, don't question him down there. Wait till he gets home.
All right. And I can count on you not to tell him I'm waiting for him.
You certainly can. I want to stay as far away from this as possible.
An hour and a half later, a cab dropped me in front of Floyd McDonald's home. The residence, at least, was a picture of propriety. I followed a sidewalk across a neatly hedged lawn, and halfway to the house I stopped to watch a man come out the front door. Well, Captain Kova.
Who is it? What do you want?
What are you doing here?
Forget it.
No, I can't. What's your part in this?
Never mind. Forget you saw me.
Come here.
Over! Get up! Get up!
Oh, now you.
Well, I didn't expect this. You live here?
Yes.
I came to talk to your uncle. Is he here?
No.
And Captain Kova was with you?
Yes, Captain Kova was with me.
You're hurt. What did he do to you?
He hit me.
Why?
Because he's insane. He thought he had to hit me. He wanted the money, and I gave it to him.
You gave him the money?
All of it, every penny of it. I didn't want it anymore.
Well, that's not what I mean. You were holding the money for Dan Blake?
For us. We were together.
Kova earned it from Dan before he died.
Yes. Dan kept calling for me when he was dying, and Captain Kova thought he was blackmailing me. I thought I gave him the money to keep him quiet. But I didn't. Dan and I tried to get away from this place. Have a life of our own. We tried. Now, I don't care what happens to me.
Where's the telephone?
Through that door, but you don't have to. I'll go to the police by myself. I just wanted to wait until Uncle Floyd got home.
I'm not worried about your personal problems, Charlotte. That's not my job. Kova and that $75,000 is all I want. I tried not to waste a minute, but time slipped by. 15 minutes on the phone, 25 minutes to get back into Manila. But when Sergeant Malvar finally arrived at the harbor police dock, a boat was ready for us.
I come as quick as I can. His ship is not at anchor?
I checked it. He moved out about 20 minutes ago.
We'll go then. Estamos listos. It's a dark night.
What if we don't find him?
Well, he don't get out of bay. Bosnian corregidor right now waiting. The girl, she was accomplice?
Well, she held the money, so if he was picked up, you couldn't prove possession. She was going to meet him later.
The hook shoot him?
That's what Kovac told her.
No, but the hook don't kill them.
What's that?
The police doctor, he said bullets don't kill Blake. Blake choked to death. The Kovac killed him to learn secret.
I think we can prove that, Sergeant. Can we get any more speed out of this thing? A 20-minute start isn't much when a schooner with auxiliary power is matched against a police boat. With our speed and the beams from 4 searchlights spanning out around us, we covered every possible course that Kovac could have set. It took us less than 30 minutes.
Ahí está!
Yeah, there she is.
No, I saw this man we have struck. Tiene unos balazos adelante de él. We fired in front of him.
That's slowing him down.
He cursed me, that man, when I searched his ship. Now Sergeant Malvar hit calls back. Fuego! Stop, fool! Is he crazy? Maldito sea, one of our lights. He is crazy, but he don't get away. We move him right now and go on board. Vamos a abordarlo!
He's shouting something.
Capitan Cova! There is no use to fight. We come aboard! Cova! Get the engine started. Get it started!
He's got to be stopped, Sergeant.
¡Abran fuego!
Expense account item 4, $230. Blanket item covering hotel, transportation, etc. Item 5, same as item 1. Expense account total, $2,611.80. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Jack Loring, Johnny. You'll have an easy time earning your money on this one. All you have to do is fly up to Sault Ste. Marie and sit around looking important while the Coast Guard does all the work.
All the work on what?
Why, a fellow by the name of Carl Richards set off a bomb on an ore boat, the Hampton Queen. Damages amount to some $56,000. We're covering the Hampton shipping lines on her.
Well, if the Coast Guard's handling it, what do you want me there for?
Just a formality. Richards disappeared after the explosion. Only quite some time before the Coast Guard picked him up. There won't be anything for you to do. A real snap.
Yeah, I've heard that before. But somehow it never turns out that way.
At this point in our program, I'd like to give you something to think about. Probably one of the most quoted Americans in our nation's history is Benjamin Franklin. It was Franklin who said, "Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." And never leave that till tomorrow, which you can do today. And, of course, the Lord helps them that help themselves. But probably one of his most familiar quotations is, "There are only 2 things in life of which we may be certain: death and taxes." Of course, what bothers most of our taxpayers is that death and taxes don't come in that order. But seriously, one of the biggest jobs handled by the Secretary of the Treasury is the collection of taxes, our government's main source of income. The government raises money through the Bureau of Internal Revenue, which collects income taxes, excise taxes, amusement taxes, and other federal taxes. The Bureau also checks to see that you haven't paid too little, and, believe it or not, that you haven't paid too much. Another way the government raises money is through the Bureau of Customs, which levies taxes on imports which are sent here from foreign countries. But although the Treasury Department collects the money, it is Congress, the men we send to Washington, who actually says who will pay taxes and how much. And that's one thing from which none of us can escape.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Worldwide Maritime and Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Hampton Line matter. Expense account item 1, $56.30. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. My Coast Guard contact was a Commander Winters. After checking in at the Sioux Hotel, I made my way to Coast Guard headquarters to meet him.
Glad to have you aboard with us, Mr. Dollar. Another hand is always welcome here.
Well, thanks, Commander. But I have no intention of stepping on official toes.
Not a chance. We're happy to have any assistance. Have you been briefed on the situation?
Well, I understand that Carl Richards seems to be the number one suspect.
Well, so far the evidence seems to point that way. Richards operates a supply and trading boat on the lakes. Yesterday at about 1300, he contacted the Hampton Queen near Lookout Point. 10 minutes after he shoved off, the explosion took place.
Anything unusual about the manner of contact?
Yes. Those oil boats stop for nothing, so the supplies are usually pulled aboard by line as the two boats proceed abreast. This time, Richards came up the Jacob's Ladder himself.
Any particular reason why?
Well, Captain Torgerson of the Queen couldn't give us any. He said Richards spoke to him briefly, went below decks for maybe 5 minutes, came up again and went over the side.
And the explosion took place below deck?
Yes, in a utility compartment just abaft the engine room.
Did Richards bring any package aboard that might have held explosives?
Captain Torgerson didn't notice any. Richards was wearing a greatcoat, pretty bulky. Might have had something underneath it.
Anything else to connect him with the explosion?
One of the engine room hands saw him in that utility compartment. Nobody else was noticed down there. Then, of course, there's his disappearance.
What's the dope on that, Commander?
Well, after the supply boat shoved off from the Queen, it made no further contact, but it didn't pull into the docks until 2300 last night. When it did, Richards was not aboard.
Well, who brought the boat in?
His daughter, Elsa. She operated the boat with him. She claims she didn't know how her father got out of the boat, where he got out, or where he is right now. And she defies us to bring some kind of charge against her.
Very interesting, Commander. But so far, there's one big hole right in the middle of the picture.
Yes, I know. Motive.
Is there any?
Not that we can find. Richards has operated that supply boat over 20 years. Been an honest, law-abiding citizen with an excellent reputation. Haven't found one person who's got a bad word to say against him. If he did set off that explosion, the big question is, why?
Yeah. And I've got a hunch I'm going to earn my money getting the answer. The Richards supply boat was a powerfully built all-weather water bug, about 65 feet in length, tied up at a private dock not too far from the Coast Guard station. The deck was crowded with miscellaneous crates and cartons that seemed to contain everything from clean laundry, oranges, and sacks of cement to bouquets of fresh flowers. I couldn't see anyone around, so I hopped aboard and headed toward the small cabin up forward. Before I reached it, however, the cabin door opened.
Yes? What is it?
Are you Miss Richards?
That's right. Who are you?
My name is Johnny Dollar.
I've nothing to say to you, Mr. Dollar.
Well, how do you know? I haven't told you what I'm here for yet.
It's about my father and the Hampton Queen, isn't it?
It's got something to do with that, yes.
Then I've nothing to say.
The truth never hurt an innocent man.
You're not interested in the truth. You've got a job to do. Get the man who tried to blow up the Hampton Queen. Now I've got work to do, Mr. Dollar. If you're all through wasting our time, suppose you shove off.
Well, that sounds like as good an idea as any. You carry quite a mixed cargo, don't you, Miss Richards?
Sailors on all boats don't have much chance to get ashore. They need a lot of things.
Yeah, I suppose. But I was wondering about that crate over there on the starboard side.
What about it?
What would a sailor on an oil boat want with blasting powder? Expense account item 2, 75 cents. Cab fare to the Shoreview Hotel. I found Captain Torgerson on the hotel veranda, looking out over the endless parade of boats plowing their way up and down the lake.
I don't know what you're coming around asking me questions for, Mr. Dollar. I don't know where Carl Richards is.
Oh, the explosion took place on your boat, Captain. Richards was aboard some 10 minutes before the blast went off.
So?
Well, I thought you might be able to give me some idea why he did it.
Who said he did?
You don't think so?
I know he didn't.
Why not?
That's Robert McNally downbound, signaling for the locks. 18 minutes late this trip. If he gets the Selby and the Davis lock instead of the MacArthur, Bob McNally's going to be hopping.
Yeah, why is that?
The MacArthur empties in 10 minutes. Faster getaway.
I see. We were talking about Carl Richards.
I've known him 25 years now. Know the man inside and out. He didn't do it.
And why did he come aboard the Hampton Queen?
Didn't say.
Any idea why he went below decks?
No.
Well, it seems to me you'd be curious.
I figure a man's business is his own till he decides to share it with someone else.
That's all you've got to say?
Well, you might think about a couple of things.
Oh, I'll be glad to.
The blast went off in an empty storage compartment. Buckled a few plates, broke some oil lines. Gonna tie us up in dry dock for maybe a week, 10 days.
Uh-huh.
If somebody wanted to do some real damage, the engine room's only a step away. Could have knocked out a whole bank of diesel with the same powder. Something to think about, Dollar.
Yeah. What was the other thing?
Carl Richards came to the Sioux 25 years ago. Married, started this supply boat business, raised a family. In all that time, he never said a bad word against anybody. Never cheated a man out of a penny. Lived a sober, industrious life. What could a man like that set off a charge of powder aboard an old boat for?
I'll trade one of my questions for yours, Captain.
Oh, what is it?
Why did he disappear? I spent the rest of the afternoon talking to neighbors, dock hands, sailors, and canal workers. Everyone agreed with Captain Torgerson's opinion of Carl Richards. And outside of that, I came up with nothing. By the time I got back to Coast Guard headquarters, it was getting dark. Commander Winters was still on duty.
Well, how have you been making out, Mr. Dollar?
Well, I'm beginning to feel less like an investigator and more like a persecutor with every stop I make, Commander.
Yes, I know. Couldn't ask for a finer reputation than Richards has had in the Sioux for the past 25 years. But then our job's not to judge him, just to apprehend him.
Yeah. Anything new at this end?
Not a thing. Still no trace of him.
What's Elsa Richards been doing?
She took the supply boat out this afternoon, made a number of routine contacts with all boats, got back to the dock about half an hour ago. Nothing suspicious or untoward about any of them.
Oh, that's a big help.
Uh-huh. Now, come in.
Commander from our station at Three Harbors, marked urgent, sir.
Thanks, Jenkins.
Well, I'll leave you to your duties, Commander.
Just a minute, Mr. Dollar. Have the seaplane stand by for takeoff, Jensen.
Aye, aye, sir.
Care to fly to Three Harbors with me, Dollar?
What's up, Commander?
One of the Hampton boat guards caught a man trying to sneak aboard. There was a gunfight, and the man was killed.
I don't suppose they identified him as Carl Richards.
They did.
Yeah, I'll fly up with you, Commander. Our first stop was the Richards supply boat, where we picked up Elsa. When we got to the Coast Guard landing docks, the four-place seaplane was ready, and we took off for Three Harbors, Minnesota. Elsa didn't speak during the flight and showed no emotional reaction when we put down at the Hampton Line docks and made our way to the guard office.
Commander Winters?
That's right.
I'm Bill Fraser, Commander, the guard who shot that suspect earlier this evening.
I'm glad to know you, Mr. Fraser. This is Miss Richards. Dollar.
How are you, Mr. Fraser?
Dollar. Sorry we had to meet under these circumstances, Miss Richards.
Where is he, Mr. Fraser?
We have a day room back here. In here, Miss Richards.
Do you mind if I go in alone first?
No, it's not at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's real rough. I wasn't expecting to run into Richard's daughter.
You made a positive identification?
Yeah, I got her wallet in the desk over here. Has the usual identification cards in it, driver's license, the rest of it.
What were the circumstances, Mr. Fraser?
Oh, I was standing the night watch when I saw this dinghy trying to sneak in under the stern. I hailed it and got a shot in return for my troubles. Fired back, got a lucky hit.
Any explosive in the dinghy?
Yeah, blasting powder. When I saw that, I thought of Carl Richards. When I got him ashore, we found the proof.
Uh-huh.
Well, that seems to tie this one up, Mr. Dollar. We may never know why Richards was doing it, but there's no doubt now that he was.
It looks like it, Commander.
That mean you have some reservations?
No, not particularly. I'm just wondering why he was up here in Three Harbors.
Well, outside of the Sioux, it's the closest point to the Canadian border. Might have been intending to head there after he got through. Oh, excuse me. Hampton line. Oh, yes, just a moment, please. It's for you, Commander.
Thanks. Commander Winters. Where did it happen? Okay, send a cutter out. We'll be there as quickly as possible. You're not through any against Dollar.
More trouble?
Yes. One of the Hampton boats. Another explosion below decks.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
It took us approximately 2 hours to make it to Parisian Island in the Hampton boat, the James K. She was limping along at about 3 knots, and we had no trouble putting down alongside and getting aboard. The James K.'s skipper, Captain Hartzell, took us below decks for a look at the damage.
Here's where the blast went off. Most of the damage confined between these bulkheads. Some water coming in, but pumps have it under control. We'll make the Sioux without any trouble.
Engine room's right over there, isn't it?
That's right. This is just an auxiliary compartment.
Well, there's no question about the setup being identical to the Hampton Queen.
Yeah. What are these pipes up here, Captain?
Auxiliary fuel and water. Most of the effect of the blast seems to be right there.
This central pipe looks as though the force of the blast came from inside.
Well, you think the explosive was inside that pipe?
Well, I'd say it's a good possibility.
If Sam Tyler ever comes around, he'll be able to tell us.
Who's he?
Abel Seaman. He was in here when the blast took place. Your cutter took him to the hospital at the Sioux.
Was he badly hurt?
Pretty bad. Anything else you want to know? I've got to take over the bridge. We're getting to the locks pretty soon.
How about it, Dollar?
I can't think of a thing. It was 2 in the morning when we got back to Sault Ste. Marie. The hospital told us the seaman, Sam Tyler, was still unconscious and in critical condition. I figured I'd done enough to earn my keep for one day, so I went back to the hotel and turned in. Expense account item 3, $1. Country-style breakfast at the Sioux Hotel Cafe. After my third cup of coffee, I put a call through to Commander Winters at Coast Guard headquarters.
Well, we just got a report that they finished the Richards inquest at Three Harbors.
Didn't take them long, did it?
No, verdict was justifiable homicide. Miss Richards set the services for this afternoon.
We may have to disappoint her.
Why is that, darling?
I don't like that rush inquest, Commander. Suppose we see what an autopsy surgeon has to say. I spent the rest of the morning going over the Richards supply boat. I didn't know what I'd hoped to find, so when I finished, I wasn't disappointed. There was nothing aboard that clarified a thing for me.
Back at the hotel, I found a message to call Jack Loring in Hartford. I put the call through.
Say, what's going on there, Johnny? You falling asleep on the job?
You wouldn't have thought so at 2 this morning.
It's 10 this morning I'm worried about. We've got a report that another of the Hampton boats is damaged.
You got it straight, Jack.
Well, holy smoke, Johnny. We sent you out there to do a job.
Oh, is that so? I thought it was just a formality while the Coast Guard did all the work.
Never mind that. Let's get some action. We can't stand any more of these claims piling up. Now, I had the Hampton line tie up all their ships at the dock. Can't take a chance on any more of these things happening.
Well, cancel your order, Jack.
What do you mean, cancel it? What difference does it make if those ships are tied up or sailing the lake?
I don't know yet, but it may. And I hope I'm going to find out within 24 hours. Now will you cancel it?
Okay, John. 24 hours. Now, 1 minute more.
Another call to the Sioux Hospital brought the same information as before. Sam Tyler was still unconscious, his condition unchanged. A call to Commander Winters got me equally as far. They had no report on the autopsy, and nothing else had turned up. I went down to the dry dock where they had the James K. in for repairs and contacted Captain Hartzell.
Oh, Carl Richards hadn't been aboard the James K. for close to 3 weeks. He made the downbound run to Erie. Time we came back, loaded up and headed toward the Sioux again. Yeah, it must have been at least 3 weeks.
You didn't see Elsa Richards either?
No, the supply boat usually contacts us at Lookout Point on the downbound run. We hadn't reached there when that thing blew up below decks.
Uh-huh. You have to turn in a checklist of all men aboard for the Union, don't you, Captain?
Yeah, that's right.
You mind if I have a copy of it?
No, glad to. Don't see what you're going to get out of it, though.
I'm not sure I do, either. I made my way next to the Hampton Queen to get a similar list from Captain Torgeson. He wasn't around, but his first mate supplied me with one. Took about 10 minutes to compare them, find what I was looking for, and take the information over to Commander Winters.
Is that why you brought me the checkoff sheets, Dollar, to look for any similarity in the personnel?
That's right, Commander.
Well, as far as I can see, there isn't any. Unless you're talking about that business of the cargo supers, but they have different names.
Yeah, but on both boats, the man who signed on is listed as substitute or replacement.
Do you think that's more than mere coincidence?
Well, if it's coincidence, it's one too many for me.
What do you mean?
The man who originally signed on and then was replaced on both boats was Bill Fraser.
Yes, sir?
Get me our station at Three Harbors.
Took about a half hour for Three Harbors to come back with the requested information. It supplied us with more information than we'd gathered in all the hours since I first hit the Sioux.
You were right about the autopsy, Dollar. Carl Richards died from drowning, not from gunshot wounds. They were fired after death.
What about Elsa?
She chartered a private plane right after her autopsy request came in and took off for the Sioux.
And Bill Fraser?
His replacement on the Hampton Queen was involuntary. He asked for relief of duty to serve as guard when the James K. shoved off.
Have they put him under arrest?
We were a little late.
Yeah, why's that?
Seems his testimony for the inquest was taken through deposition. He sailed aboard the Agnes Hampton at 2100 last night.
We started to move fast, heading for the Richards supply boat and Elsa Richards. We learned she'd shoved off and headed out into Lake Superior 2 hours before. 20 minutes later, we were in the Coast Guard plane heading out after her.
Looks like it'll be a close one, Dollar.
You better make it, Commander.
What do you figure will happen if you don't?
She'll make contact, Fraser will get aboard, and they'll be off for Canada.
Where'd you get the hunch, Dollar?
The booby traps tipped me off, Commander. The way those auxiliary oil pipes exploded from the inside. There had to be some reason for it.
I suppose it makes sense. If Fraser was bringing in contraband from Canada concealed in those oil lines, the booby trap gimmick was perfect. Anybody got suspicious and tried to investigate, the evidence was destroyed.
Yeah. And the supply boat made the perfect tie-up. One contact each downbound trip is all they needed.
You think Carl was in on it?
No, I doubt it. I think he was trying to cover up for his daughter. Probably set a delayed fuse aboard the Queen to destroy the evidence.
And then she and Fraser.
Yeah.
Nice beat.
We boarded the Agnes Hampton without sighting Elsa or the supply boat. They told us Fraser was still aboard. And 2 minutes later, we were in the companionway leading to the storage compartment beside the engine room.
All right, hold it.
You see him, Dollar?
No. He's around the corner of the boat here.
No one back. Above deck. You're not coming in here after me.
It's no good, Fraser. You better come out.
Not a chance.
Either you come out or we come in after you. Better make it easy on yourself.
That's no laugh. You take one more step, I'm blowing the ship sky high.
The bluff won't work, Fraser. Those charges aren't big enough.
Not this time, Dollar. I got a real charge in here now. I figured something like this might happen, and I'm taking no chances.
You think he's bluffing?
I don't know.
If you think I'm kidding, just come on in here and try to dig me. Now, why don't you be smart and go on above deck?
What if we do, Fraser? You can't get off the boat with that stuff.
You hear of a Bangalore torpedo, Dollar?
Yeah?
Well, that's what I've got right here. I can attach both ends of this pipe, take the explosive and the stuff, and walk off this boat carrying them in my hands. Anybody tries to stop me, I'll just pull the string.
Looks like he's got a stymie.
Oh, maybe not. If this boat's like the James K. and the Queen, he can't reach the auxiliary pipes from where he's standing. In order to get to them, he has to expose himself.
It'll only be for a fraction of a second.
Well, maybe that'll be long enough. Now, you keep talking. I'm going to edge my way up and try to take him.
You can't shoot, Dollar. A ricochet could send it off.
Yeah, I thought of that.
What are you guys chinning about? You got enough to talk over? There's only one place for you to go, and that's above deck.
We still think you might be bluffing, Fraser.
Go ahead and prove it. Come on in here and see what's going to happen.
Now, look. Elsa Richards hasn't even got here with the supply boat yet. She may never get here. Ever think she might be playing it safe, heading for Canada by herself?
That's a lousy bluff, Commander. With the stuff we got here, she's not going to take any run-out powder on me. She knows she won't.
All right, Fraser, hold it.
I warn you, Dollar.
You all right, Dollar?
Yeah, fine, Commander.
Oh. That deserves a nicely done commendation if I ever heard one. You got to him just in time.
That's the trouble. I didn't.
What?
He got to the pipe before I reached him. Pretty lucky it turned out to be a dud. Expense account item 4, $39.40, hotel bill and miscellaneous. Expense account item 5, $61.10, airfare back to Hartford. Expense account total, $158.55. Remarks. As it turned out, Elsa Richards had run out on Fraser. The Canadian authorities picked her up 6 hours after she landed. She's already waived extradition and is heading toward the Sioux in custody. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? During the Black Hawk War in 1832, he volunteered for service and was made captain of his company. As a member of Congress in 1847, he was opposed to the Mexican War. He also opposed the Kansas-Nebraska bill, which favored the extension of slavery. During this time, he was offered the governorship of the Oregon Territory, but refused it. Over 6 feet tall and not particularly good-looking, he was known for his droll sense of humor. If you don't have his name by now, here's an important clue. His unexpected acceptance of an invitation to attend the dedication of a soldier cemetery was responsible for one of the greatest speeches in our history. Who was he? Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Sidney Marshall with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Jim Gusser as Jack Loring, Hy Aberback as Commander Winters, Lee Patrick as Elsa Richards, Ed Begley as Captain Torgeson, Clayton Post as Captain Hartzell, and Hal March as Bill Fraser. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.